The
I'm sure
first thing you
guys...
saw before will be important later. But the thing after that was the most important thing. Because that means it is Sunday,
what is
October
important is this?
26th at 7:09 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's time for another episode of the Sunday Sequence Break.
Yeah.
That
Ooh,
is
fun.
what it means. I know.
Outstanding.
We got Mega Man 5 Game Boy today. We've got guests. We've got hosts. We got a host who hadn't been around in a while. All kinds of
Gilder?
stuff. Yep. That's correct.
Nice.
Thought you
I
were rid
missed
of me,
him.
did you? I'll show you, sons of bitches.
I'm still kind of upset that I'm not Frogman.
If I had Frogman to give to you, I would.
Yeah, he's
Technically,
not
he's-
Toadman until
Oh, okay.
until later. Yeah, Game Boy one is Frogman.
I like being Bubble Wand Man. I can blow bubbles with my head.
I don't even know what man I am. I make
Big
things
Pharaoh
gold,
man.
damn it.
I'm just anxious to find out who I got.
Aha.
You didn't
Well,
get anybody. You're
maybe
one of
we'll
the
see.
breakable blocks.
You're one of the disappearing blocks you have to jump
No!
over. Ruins runs all the time.
Well, as long as I get to ruin runs, I guess it's okay.
Good
Yeah.
man, now you're thinking. All right.
So do we usually
We
do
usually
a show
some
or
stuff.
something?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh,
We start a
hi,
timer,
Internet. Didn't
do a
see you there.
broadcast. Well,
Thanks for coming
come on
in.
in.
We normally play ads, and then I think we cut.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I think that's it.
Let me get the intro ready again, or outro now.
Thanks for the show, guys.
Just gonna hammer
Wow,
these
look at those
splits real
notes.
fast. Wow, look at that record.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
All right.
Also, PJ, that box.
Man, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I started browsing the records, and then my Google Doc couldn't draw boxes anymore, and then Virtual Boys just crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should mention who's with us today. There's myself, Gilder Sneeze, and we got Feasel,
Hello.
DJ.
Hello?
Flicky will be here later, and Duckfist is ill, so he will not be in.
Oh.
But then we also have our guest host, Virtual Boy,
Hey.
and MrCab 55.
How's it going?
Right.
Cool.
Thanks for coming by, guys. Too bad the show was so short. We got to
Mm-hmm.
Or just send the commission to.
just change this thing to Happy Trails. No, but yeah, like I said, it's Mega Man 5 Game Boy today. Episode 119.
119. That's pretty good. 120 seems more of a milestone because it's divisible by so many things. It's a even
It's true,
number.
yeah.
It's a
But-
multiple of 10. It's
But is 119 prime?
Today it
Coincidentally,
is.
Today?
Mega Man
Excellent.
5 was the 119th game from the end at SGDQ.
There you
wow,
go.
that's true.
No, it's
Really?
No, it's not. I just
True
damn it.
fact. You're right.
I mean,
I just
it
looked
could-
it up.
It
I
could.
can confirm. I also looked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was a pretty good intro. We made up some garbage, and now we're doing a recap.
We're doing a recap. That sounds like I need to smack a hell out of a split.
Can
What
I count
weapon
the
did
intro
you
as
get
part of
from
my
Intro
recap?
Man?
The intro.
Get equipped with Babel.
Oh, that's not a very good weapon. Records Man is weak against it, though.
Yeah. We'll take him out later.
Okay.
All right. PJ should take on Recap Man first.
Yeah.
I'm
All
most
right.
anxious to hear what he has to say.
I'll do my best. So I've been gone for a million years. But I finally got a job, and I start tomorrow, so I'm super pumped.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. But besides that, I've been playing a lot of Battletoads Arcade. I finished a 1cc of that a while ago, which is pretty cool. Then I started routing the other toads, and they're really stupid. So then I stopped briefly because I was packing everything up, and I started working on Bionic Commando Rearmed. And I realized that I should have just told Feasel to do this, because this is like the perfect game for you. So not only is it Bionic Commando, but it also has horrible controls and tons of
sounds great.
RNG
Wait,
and
the new
RNG physics.
The new Bionic Commando? Or like
Yeah,
The
well, like
newish.
2009 or something.
the
Or
3D one?
2008. No, it's not the 3D one. It's 2D. It's a remake of the original Bionic Commando, except they ruined everything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the levels are pretty similar, but the bosses are all completely different.
Completely garbage.
It's yeah, well, it's I did enjoy that game. I actually have that, and it's something that I thought about speedrunning, but man,
Good. You should do it.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So I've been struggling with that, but it's a nightmare. Like the last 10 runs I lost were because physics changed, and like the grapple would like go through a corner that I was supposed to grab, and I would just fall and die, or I would fall on a platform and then fall through it after I land.
This is great. See, I didn't experience any of that, but I completely believe you that that's what happened the moment you started playing the game.
It is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Like if you stand in place and you fire the grapple and then cancel it, don't move at all and fire it again, it'll sometimes hit a different spot. Like the physics are not consistent, so it's a disaster to try and do quickly. But the time is coming down. I should have a finished run somewhat soon, and then I can move on to Bionic Commando Rearmed 2, which is absolutely. Oh man, you'll see.
We'll see.
Was there even like a regular Bionic Commando 2? I don't even know.
No,
I don't-
or Bionic Commando Rearmed 2.
No, but like, is that a remake of Bionic Commando 2? Like, does that
No.
exist?
No, it's more
It's-
like a sequel to the remake rather than a remake to a sequel.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
That, uh-huh.
It's. I went out of bounds on the first grappleable object the first time I played.
You left for like 5 minutes and I found a skip on level 2.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah, VCR2 is, it's a thing. I like how you're just like, okay, I grappled this thing, then I pushed down, swing, and grappled again, and now I'm through the floor.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
It didn't take long.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Cool. Good recap.
Right on.
All right. Well, I'll recap my week. I played various video games. I streamed some Final Fantasy routing, which was fun. I enjoy routing games in general, and RPGs are probably the biggest routing challenge I can think of. But that was pretty good. I've got a lot more ideas than I did before. I think I know what I'm going to be doing next week. And I also got a chance to play Renegade a bunch. Just for some reason, I just felt like recording some more attempts at Renegade, and it was, the time just keeps gradually coming down. It's not really that there's new strats being discovered. It's just really getting better at keeping the enemies grouped and whatnot. But yeah, Renegade, fun game. Motorcycles indoors and stuff.
Yeah. Dash punching motorcycle.
Dash punching motorcycle. Tony Danza references. Good time.
son of a bitch.
Right. I
Those
love how thanks to
motorcycles,
that
by the
game-
way.
Right. But now everyone knows who Tony Danza is, even though they don't really. They just know that he's the guy in the Renegade game that punches people and gets knocked off of subway platforms.
Mr. D.
So expect to see him trending on Twitter again,
Oh man, I can't wait.
like he was in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I say again.
Let's tweet again, like we did last summer.
Right.
You were Twitter's only user in the 90s.
Like, you guys heard
Little
of
known
Tony
fact,
Danza?
Fiesel invented Twitter.
Right.
All you have to do is you plug your Commodore 64 into the Ethernet port, and then
He invented Twitter, but he thought it was a dumb idea and sold it to some guy. Bad move. We're gonna have to talk about your business sense, Fiesel.
Yeah. All right. Well, that recap made no sense. Moving on.
Fantastic. As for me, I was not here last weekend because I was at Chicagothon, having a grand old time. Sang the opera with Mecha Rector, which was quite the experience.
oh god.
I was trying so hard to sing on key, and then Mecha was trying so hard to sing off key that I just could not keep myself composed at all. And ended up doing Nathan Explosion. But apart from that, Borked the Demon Head run in the marathon due to drunk percent, as people requested, and went back and did it on bonus stream and actually got fucked by the medallions. So Demon Head had a real rough weekend. But I'm going to be going back for the sub 20. I think this week I'm going to start drilling pretty hard for that. I want to get that knocked out before I start doing fusion attempts. But other than that, just still working on fusion as well, like trying to get some solid strats down. And yeah, that's about it. It's kind of a slow speedrun week for me. I had a bunch of stuff to do during the actual week. So working on AGDQ video, excuse me, videos and stuff like that. So,
Cool.
but good times.
How's the video coming along?
Slow but sure. I have a bit of writer's block as to what I want to say at the end of the thing, but we'll figure that out.
What you mean is you need more footage of Blasto?
Of course.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, Blasto definitely a featured game in the trailer. Promise. Not lying right now through my teeth
Good.
at all.
Because if you are, there will be consequences.
Consequences. I don't know about all that. But yeah, y'all get hype. MV is making like as usual. Mr. MV is making a mix for that. Don't want to give anything like too much away, but Big Blue will probably be the main feature music, and that track is sick. So his
Yeah,
F-Zero
sweet.
remixes are fucking amazing. So you'll want to hear that for sure. But yeah, that kind of wraps it up for me. Let's pass it on to our guests here. MrCab, what you been up to?
I started the week playing some Secret of Mana. Loved
Nice.
that game. Figured I'd give it a shot and just see what I could do. Read through the instructions on how to sell the magic rope as blat and get a ton of gold. Said, oh, I'll just sell a couple more of these. And before I knew it, my medical herbs were replaced by candy, and candy was replaced by crashing the game.
Excellent.
That's a good item.
Yeah.
It was a great item.
It's PJ's
So,
favorite item.
It was only after that that I read the notes a little further, and it said, don't ever do this. You might corrupt your cartridge.
Oops.
So that was
Is your
fun.
cartridge okay?
It is okay. It has worked since then.
lives.
It's okay for now until you rescue the sprite and he's actually Jabberwocky.
Oh no. If that happens, I don't know what I'll do.
That would be so good.
kind of freaking great. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's Mega Man trying to get good at Mega Man 6 and continuing trying to not choke in this Mega Man 5 Game Boy game I keep hearing about.
I've heard something about that. We might have something to say about it later. Nothing
Okay.
good. Wait,
Yeah.
Everything good.
I keep
That's all
staring. Go ahead.
No, that's all I had.
Right on.
I
Virtual Boy.
keep staring
Oh,
at
okay.
this
Hold on.
this
I
title
haven't had-
screen.
Wait. PJ, staring at the title screen.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I
keep
forgot. to
staring at it, and
show
I'm
this.
looking at Fiesel Man, but like the background lines kind of chop off the F and the L, so I'm just seeing Ease Man every time.
Here, hold on. I forgot to put Mr. Cab's splash screen up too. I'm a terrible host or broadcast runner. Whatever. Okay, there it
sweet.
is. And now here's Virtual Boys and his recap.
I've been kind of busy with school and stuff,
Mhm.
but my meantime, I've been trying to, play this game and not be bad. And I've also learned Zelda 4 Swords Adventure, so I should be getting
neat.
some months of that in soon.
Cool. I would love to see like a 4-player co-op run of that.
Yeah, I guess like none of the glitches work in co-op, so
Ah.
it would be like glitchless. Which,
That is a shame.
yeah.
Right on.
So
That about
that's
it, or-
a pretty quiet week for me.
Fair enough, man. Well, cool. Well, we did mention something about some Mega Man 5 game that we're all excited to hear about. So let's get into that, shall we?
We shall.
Let's.
Let me smack a split again with authority.
It's the only way.
Then turn off hotkeys so I don't reset the timer halfway through the show like usual. I mean, never do that. No mistakes, ever.
All mistakes.
Every mistakes. Swap over to this thingamajig here. And I am just going to... Hang on, let me get to the right place in this thing so that we're not... well, at the wrong place. How's that? Then I'll bring it up. Alright, bringing it up. Hey.
Alright, so should we just jump into it?
Yeah, go right ahead,
Jump
man.
into it. Start
Tell
us
us about
out.
the game.
So Mega Man 5 is the last Game Boy Mega Man. It also might be the last official 8-bit Mega Man, I think. Cab, want to say anything on that?
Well, until they made the new ones in at least an 8-bit style,
yeah,
though I'm
yeah.
not sure how much Game Boy counts as 8-bit.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure
yeah.
about that either.
okay. No,
Either way, it's the last. It's. I think it's one of the last ones they made before Mega Man 7 and Mega Man 8 took off.
Mhm.
I know it's the only Game Boy game that didn't rip enemies right off from the NES games, which made it kind of cool. And I've always really liked this game. Whenever I play through the series, I try and work this one in.
well, I mean, 4 had Ease Man.
Yeah, Ease Man is a great boss.
Okay, sorry.
These man's tough.
Yeah, it has original Boba Masters and levels, which is the cool thing about it.
Oh, so it's like one of the... What, is it the only Game Boy game that's not
Right.
a remake of... That's neat.
Yep.
That I did not
Yep.
know.
And the other ones aren't remakes. They don't have original bosses. Like,
Oh, okay.
stage designs are different. They just have the bosses from the NES games.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But as far as speedrunning goes, this game, and like all 5 Mega Man Game Boy games, were pretty quiet until like this year.
Yeah, I submitted Mega Man 5 to SGDQ on a whim, and somehow it got in.
Yeah.
So now we're stuck talking about it.
I told Rom Scout, I gave him an offer he could not refuse. Just
I don't know if I trust that.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
So
yeah.
how does it? Sorry, go ahead.
No, keep going.
I was going to ask how it compares to one of the NES Mega Mans. I mean, it looks like a regular Mega Man game. There's sliding.
So it looks like a regular Mega Man game. I believe the sprite size is at least a little different. There's less room on the screen because it's a Game Boy game.
Yes,
Your-
definitely.
Your life meter, I think, is only 19 bars long, along with your weapons, whereas on the NES, I believe it's 28.
Yeah.
So taking damage is a much riskier proposition here.
But with that, bosses have less health too.
So,
They
yeah,
also
and
have the 19.
true.
Oh, the bosses also have less. That's good.
So everything's scaled down pretty much, which makes sense, for a handheld.
Yeah.
I suppose. Well, I mean, it's pretty common for Game Boy versions of games to have a larger character size relative to the environment. I mean, it's just limitations of the game. You can't make your character too small, or else it's sort of hard to see what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
That's all
Go
right.
on.
yeah.
Oh, quick
So
interjection, Fiesel. Was Lord of the Rings the last highlight?
Yeah, it was done.
Okay,
That was it.
cool.
We're done.
Excellent. Got them all then.
So
Ooh.
the other big thing in at least Mega Man 5 is rather than the traditional Mega Buster, they let Mega Man shoot his arm off, kind of like in Mega Man 7.
You'll see it
And it
right. You'll see it right here in a second.
Yeah.
Or
And
well,
it comes
with
back,
Twitch delay.
which is
Yeah.
a better feature.
Yeah.
Well, in all seriousness, with the arm coming back, one of the good things is that will still damage enemies the same as the original
Okay.
charge shot.
Hmm.
So there's a couple of places you can hit them both with the arm going out and coming back, or you could hit him more than once with the arm coming back, get that snap back damage. I think I read someone calling it that someplace.
Yeah.
It
I
works.
think it was in the notes of the old segmented run.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
by the
can-
way, sorry. The old segmented run was 4715, made by a guy named Preddy in 2009, and it's
Yes.
old and pretty bad, to be honest.
Well,
but
it,
well,
it's old, but Preddy's run on SDA, Paraphilia's run on Joka's website on the Mega Man leaderboards,
Mhm.
and I think Mothrius had the task of this. That
Yep.
was
Yeah.
it's timed to 40 minutes and about 3 seconds now,
3
and
seconds.
I think that's timed to last input, not to last hit on the final boss, which is what we've timed to.
Yeah, and
So
it's on English.
Yeah. So that task, if we timed it on the Japanese version, which saves about 28 seconds, that'd be like a really low 39.
Yeah, which is pretty insane considering the RTA world record is 4550.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So, are there zips in this game in the way that there are a lot of the NES
No.
Mega Mans?
No game.
steps.
Yeah, no zips anyone's figured out. Just one
Yeah.
skip near the end of the game where you can glitch your way through past a boss fight without having to start it.
And a lot of glitches revolving, not a lot, but a few glitches revolving around invincibility frames.
Oh yeah.
That too.
These-
So that's interesting for a Mega Man game. Then it's all inbounds.
Yeah, pretty much. It's one of those no zip runs.
Yeah.
So it's
For
all
now.
Yeah, for now.
PJ, I anxiously await you picking up this game.
I still want to, but I keep finding worse ideas.
Yeah, no kidding.
And a commando rearm too.
So the other big two other things on this game, you can kind of see it here. Is I think this is the Mars stage with all the exploding missiles going on. This game loves lag. Really, every Game Boy Mega Man game, starting with 3, when they first give you the charge shot, it's just there's a ton of lag in the game that I did not really see when I was playing 1 and 2 on Game Boy. So just a lot of this route revolves around trying to avoid exploding things, keep flying things off the screen, and all that lag reduction strat.
Oh yeah,
Not
that,
charging your buster. Like, in an NES game, you would almost always charge your buster, but in this game, it's not always the best
yeah,
option.
Yeah.
those
Oh, that's an
explosions
interesting trade-off.
definitely put a huge amount of sprites on the screen.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the best looking Game Boy games, but that comes at a pretty
Oh,
big
yeah.
price as far as lag goes.
Oh,
Sure.
this is Even
Go
then,
on.
this is like I think this is the least laggiest of them because 3 is just really bad.
Yeah.
4 can really get there sometimes. But this one, if you know what you're doing, I mean, if you're watching this now, you see me using Mercury's weapon through a lot of Mars's stage. Whenever the flying things appear on the screen, that's when I tend to notice the game really like choking and trying to figure out what to do.
Mhm.
This stage.
Yeah. Stage
But that's
is pretty
cool.
good.
It sort of adds another dimension to it, at least. I mean, the good side of all this lag is that, a really skillful player knows how to handle this stuff, and there's some routing choices that you would make, I guess, to avoid lag, and just adds another, dimension to the game.
It definitely does, and I'm still waiting for that skilled player to show up sometimes.
Right.
I try and jump. Yeah, I'll try and jump over a mine, and then I'll just land on the other side. I'm like, oh, damn it! One day somebody's going to pick this game up and just destroy
yeah.
everything I'm doing. And I'll be crying with my 45 on the corner, and someone else has a 42. I've actually already told Tremaine, who's been wrecking all the other Game Boy Mega Man games, I will be sorely disappointed if he does not cut the 45 in this.
So that's lag. What else?
That's
So this is the Mars fight. I don't know what there's really to say about each individual stage that can't really be said about most of the game.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about? Pipe
So-
jump, maybe?
Eh, I mean, that's just one of the other like little minor glitches in the game. This game and in Mega Man 4 on Game Boy, when you jump out of a slide, you can do it just a little bit after the ledge ends, which includes if you're kind of sliding out an opening.
I think it's a 2-frame window. I think I timed it once.
There you go.
2 frames, I think.
So you can use that to save the frames,
Yeah,
make a
true.
jump where you would otherwise have to fall down and then start climbing up a ladder.
But I'm sure that makes it riskier because if you miss that 2-frame window, then you fall
Yeah.
off the ledge, right?
In this game, I don't think there's many places where falling off the ledge becomes a pit.
Oh, okay.
And
Fortunately.
Mega Man 4 Game Boy can't say that. There's like 2 or 3 of those jumps, and they're all over pits.
I see.
And that's what the TAS is doing anyway. And I think I tried it once in a race and actually managed to do it.
These enemies are adding whole new fear levels to things that drop off the ceiling for me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
these bees in this stage too are great because
Yeah.
when they sting you, you like start flashing. I guess like the intent is to make it look like they poisoned you,
Yeah, that's...
and
that's-
all it does is lag Mega Man.
Oh, good.
Maybe
So in
that's
room-
the power down.
Like, the whole game is the game itself attacks you with lag, which makes it even better.
It's
Yeah.
even worse in Saturn stage. There's
Isn't
an
it?
enemy whose just entire point is to slow down the game.
Yeah.
I swear,
And-
still to this day, developers back in the day were like, one day there's going to be these jerks called speedrunners, and they're going to want to try to beat our game real fast.
So let's punish him with
We'll
lag.
show them.
Yeah.
More sprites on the screen. Do it.
That enemy in Saturn stage that literally just lags the game is my favorite enemy.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I hate him so
Flying-
much.
Flying clock.
Yeah.
It's just an enemy where if you leave it on the screen for like 3 seconds, the entire game just slows down.
And you will get to see that in this video because there's one that the task manages to kill with like a 1-frame slide and like then turning around, jumping up, and firing a weapon again. If I tried it, I'm sure it would end horribly every single time.
Yeah.
So a big thing in Venus's stage is the waterfalls. If you're on a platform and then a waterfall comes, you die.
Well,
So,
that's
like-
nice.
Yeah,
Well, the only good thing is if you're on a ladder and you don't touch the control pad, the game forgets to knock you off of it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can kind of, gain a little time just by hanging on it, but it's not one of those big things. This room with the
Wow.
bouncing bubbles, which I'm only seeing now on the stream, is
Right.
I hate that room. I still call it the worst room in the game.
Yeah.
yeah.
doesn't surprise
The way
me.
it works is if you jump while you're on the big bubble sprite, you bounce really high. But if you jump when you're on the little bubble sprite, you bounce not as high, which is really dumb.
So
Which
it's
is
like
great
the
for-
water level's only absolutely worse in every way.
Yeah. Plus the bubbles
Fantastic.
on the bottom. They're objects that have got to move around, so there's some little more lag there.
Yep.
And again, there you have to jump over these spikes. So you have to be really close. There's a small window on those bubbles to make it. So if you're a little too far, you're jumping off the small bubble. You won't have the height to jump over the spikes, and back to the midway point you go.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
There's a
GG.
couple of points
This
in the
game
game
is
too,
rude.
like that. I think there's 3 points I counted when you have to slide under 2 spikes right next to each other. And there's a tight window to make that, and I feel like it's like if you walk too close, you just walked into the spikes. It's terrible. But somehow we keep playing this game. The best is when
Yeah.
you're going for that and like you still have buster shots on the screen lagging the game just a little bit, not that much, but just enough so that the game speeds up right when you crash.
Yeah.
into the spikes.
Yeah, that's classic.
Those are the worst.
Eventually, like if you actually start running the game, you start getting the timing down for when to shoot and when to start the slide. But until then, it's a nightmare. You just start hesitating up to it. There were a few times I definitely said, you know what, I don't want to risk it. I'm going to get stung by the laggy bees and damage boost past the spikes.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
The best thing, though, is in that bubble room that Cab calls the worst room in the game. At SGDQ, we were trying, like, 2 players, 1 controller type thing with this game. And
Oh, God, that's right.
it was really weird. We got hit by an enemy, and the spikes that you're supposed to slide under, we just walked under them, and it worked. So
Well.
we were like, oh, okay. That's cool.
Magic.
I wish we had a recording of that, but, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
things lost to the GDQ practice rooms.
You know what?
Dougfist's legendary Mega Man 10 run. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think one of the other things that makes this an interesting game to route is that you don't get your weapon energy back after these last 4 bosses.
Right. I was waiting for the opportunity to bring that up, too.
Wow.
Well, there you go. You can say it now
yeah.
if you want.
Why, yes, PJ. That's right. So, starting here with the Dark Moon, aka Yellow Devil fight.
Yeah, which you can technically one cycle, but nobody's ever done it in real time.
That's also true.
The past does it. Just wanted to bring that up really quick.
I should mention that here while we're watching it, I guess. The Yellow Devil fight, once it comes on the screen, you start planting the missiles that will hit it. But the task does this perfectly. You could plant a missile on the screen and then jump a little further and put one right in the eye, and the invincibility frames go away in time for the trailing missile to go and hit it. And you have to do that twice to one cycle it. And
Wow.
as you've probably noticed, it is not that easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm imagining something along the lines of like a very small frame window.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I've twice gotten it down to 1 point of health on the first cycle, but
Mhm.
that's
And I
also
think-
jumping into it and taking a hit with that last shot. So
I think a real-time one cycle would involve like switching to saltwater and firing a shot, maybe. Like if you get him down to 1, and then switching to that and firing. But I don't know. Like I was thinking about that the other day.
there are times if you completely screw up the first part of the fight and on the second cycle it looks like you're not going to make it, but you haven't done to 1 point, just switch to Buster and nail him.
Mhm.
And after that, the route requires it doesn't it requires getting 1 weapon tank here just so you have enough weapon energy to get through the Wily Star. Because as PJ was alluding to earlier, we don't have any more weapon energy refills, so all that Mars weapon energy we just used on the Yellow Devil, it's gone.
Hmm.
And we need a way to get some of it back. I have a highlight of a run up now that I basically got no good weapon drops the entire second half of the run.
Oh my god.
And so it just keeps going, and eventually what happens is you start fighting bosses in the Wily Star and you just have nothing left.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And you're stuck using the Mega Arm and its half charges to try and get past all these bosses as fast as you can, and you just lose all of the time ever.
Yeah, because there's like what, four bosses leading up to the boss rush, and
There's
then
yeah.
And
then
then
the boss rush, and then like 4 phases of Wily.
Well, the good thing about the 4 phases of Wily is you do get the weapon drops after the refights.
Oh
So,
right.
Yeah, so you can get everything you need there except actually that weapon tank, because you need that for this pair of bosses that both have the same weakness.
Yeah, which is
That-
really, really dumb.
And then a skip, and then the final boss, which takes 1 damage from everything.
Which we can get to that when it gets
Yeah.
there. But really quick, when we were shopping, you saw the text go by really fast.
Mhm.
Only in the Dr. Light sections, the text goes by every input. Like any button on the controller can make it go fast. So we kind of like swirl our thumb on the D-pad, and that makes it go by like super fast. That
Alright.
was that.
Yeah, it's also useful if you're like not sure, or if you have like a little brain fart. All right, do I mash A or B to get past this text? Just start mashing the control pad.
Just
Yeah.
push everything.
Yeah. The other thing you're seeing here, like I said, things on the screen lag the game. Neptune's weapon lags the game, so
A
it's
lot, yeah, because it separates into 3 after it hits something. So
really you
that's
want to kind of aim for the corner with it, just so that all the I guess the ricochets go off into the ceiling and just disappear as fast as they can.
Pluto stage is pretty basic. There's like one trick where you kind of like do a damage boost off the ceiling to avoid getting hit by a tank.
Yeah,
those-
tank is like the most damaging enemy in the entire franchise.
Yeah, it does like
It's true.
a third. I think a third of your health, maybe a
Oh,
little more.
If you get
Jesus.
hit by, it's a little more than a third, because if
It's
you
like
get hit by 2 of
3/8
them,
or
you
something.
have 3 points of health left.
I think it's like 3/8 or something.
Yeah, so 8/19, whatever that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's huge damage.
Yeah.
Wow, I think you
pretty
just
ridiculous.
slid into one, and yeah, that
Yeah.
It
that
does more than the
sucked.
elect beam.
Killing them takes a ridiculously long time.
it's like right after Proto Man here.
So
Yeah.
Proto Man, Proto Man is kind of Eddie on steroids because he can give you, I think, either a large life drop, a large weapon drop, a 1-up in E-Tank, but he can also give you this like instant use super capsule. It's like a little orb with an S on it, and it's nice in that it refills all of your weapons and all of your life energy. It's terrible in that it takes a lot of time later in the game. At this point in the game, I actually want it because I'm missing all this Neptune and Mars weapon energy, so I
And it
really
does
want it all
take-
back.
And it doesn't take that much time here because you don't have like everything that
That
needs
and
to be filled up.
Yeah, and I'm about to take that hit from that tank enemy and lose 8 points of life, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's the time to want it.
So if you have like low health and you don't get a thing that restores health from Proto Man, you have to kill that tank. And it's like a 15-second time loss.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're using Mercury's weapon through the stage to try and get some health back, which is great. But then you need Mercury for Pluto himself, which, yeah, I mean, it's a good weapon for him. But then you have to use it again in the Wily Star. You run out of Pluto because you're busy refilling all of your other weapons at the same time. So, Ness, you want to handle Jupiter stage here
Oh yeah, Jupiter
with the break
stage.
dash?
It's pretty much the hardest stage to do well in the game, I think. Would you agree?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, at least
So
there's a
bas-
checkpoint. Like
Yeah.
80% of the way through the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing with Jupiter stage, it's the stage I still use safe strats on. Oh,
Yeah. So basically, I don't use safe strats because why would I? That's why I don't have world record. Anyway.
even then, like this run, because I didn't get the super capsule, I switched weapons to get that large weapon drop, and now I'm standing there for a second, like, oh, now what do? I don't want to pause the game and lose time, but I've got to react.
Yeah.
I'll use this weapon early.
By the way, this video is the current world record. Just I don't think we've said
Yeah.
that. Anyway, so the break dash, which is the weapon from Pluto, it's kind of like a tackle move, but after you use it, you get like a bunch of invincibility frames. So like you can see that used just everywhere. Like we use it to go past all these charger enemies that take so long to kill. You just go right past them. But it comes like at a price, or not a price, but it's risky because the invincibility frames don't last forever. And
They're close enough to forever.
you won't
They
get
last for a
to-
little while, but part of the other thing in this stage, if you don't do the timing right, you can very easily dash off a ledge into a pit, and yeah, it's not good. I think it was actually when PJ mentioned it at SGDQ, that's the first time somebody actually said to me, like, oh yeah, there's a third level of charge on the break dash to go short or a little bit longer before you get to that full charge of extremely long. And the stage made so much sense after that.
Yeah. Yeah, the break dash is super busted. It's like, honestly, it's probably my favorite weapon in the entire series.
Yeah. Like you can just see, well, especially in the final hallway of Jupiter, which I don't think they've seen on stream yet, but you just use it so much. You just slide, because those charger enemies have so much health. You just slide past them, and it's so useful.
Yeah.
It's
Holy
just so good.
And then this Jupiter fight sucks because I've taken too much damage in the stage.
Did they really find a way to make the bubble lead less useful?
Yes.
That is
So it's
Jesus
the
Christ.
biggest problem with it is you can see the game like slowing down this ridiculous amount.
Yeah, the game's like, please stop.
Venus's
It's
weapon is
damaging.
oh yeah, it's actually the safe strat for Jupiter stage too, and you have all those guys on the ceiling
Oh,
that
yeah.
drop you down.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good weapon, except it lags so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the final hallway of Jupiter stage, I was gonna say, is like the most stressful thing for me because you have to do a bunch of those break dash slides to go through the chargers, but if you miss time, you just fall into the pit and it's over. It's like,
Run over.
yeah, like instantly.
And all of the hard jumps in Jupiter stage, most of them are like well beyond checkpoints, so you're losing
We're
a
right in
minute.
front of checkpoints.
The very first jump in the stage is the hard one for me. I just can't make those jumps where you have to just tap A and get like the least height possible to not jump into an enemy but still clear the pit.
Hmm.
So Saturn stage is pretty basic. You just use Jupiter's weapon. It has that enemy, which I guess we'll point out when it comes
Yeah.
up.
That
It looks
guy
like
with kind of the clock pendulum hanging out
Yeah.
from under him.
Yeah.
you'll see he just slows down the game
Yeah.
like the screen
That
kind of
horrifying
flashes.
spike drop there where you just hold left down the whole pit and somehow you land on the ledge.
Yeah.
It's one of those jumps where you don't try it until you see somebody else actually do it.
Yeah.
So Jupiter's weapon is actually pretty cool because it has this ridiculously wide hitbox in both
It
directions.
looks the hitbox is so much bigger than it looks.
Yeah, the only problem is you can't walk while you're using it, but you can slide out of it or keep jumping around with it out.
Yeah.
And it destroys shots on the screen too, which you will see
Oh, that's
before the
really
stage is
convenient.
over.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really a good weapon. It's probably like just a personal favorite just because it's
Yeah.
so powerful and efficient.
Yeah, the weapons in this game are beastly.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So the other thing with Jupiter's weapon, I think Ness and I both started figuring out at SGDQ, if you're playing on the 3DS version on Virtual Console, just the timing's different with it. Like enemies' invincibility frames just last longer. Like Mega Man, Virtual Boy found this out. During the weapon get screen, Mega Man doesn't even kill the demo enemy that's there.
It's pretty funny.
That's solid.
Yeah,
Wow.
because he just doesn't die because the invincibility frames are just weird on the 3DS version.
Wow. That's so good.
It's
That's-
pretty.
Reminds me of Demo Arthur after PJ's changed the controls.
It's
Yeah.
pretty great.
That's lovely.
So you saw the clock dude who just like the game died for like 5 seconds.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ways to kill those guys. I think Preddy's SDA run actually did use the bubble weapon to take them out.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can use a missile, but it's really precise. I messed around with it once.
Yeah.
And then you'd use up missile ammo, which is precious.
Yeah.
Really, it's like some of the best weapons in this game. The ammo is precious. You don't want to use Neptune especially because it uses 2
That's a
points of weapon
dangerous
energy.
weapon.
This is Rush Jet's only appearance in the run, so
Hey,
enjoy
Rush.
him.
Bye, Rush.
Yay!
You got Black Hole. I don't know if we should be using that as a weapon.
Oh, you'll get to see Black Hole get used as a weapon. Don't worry.
I'm just saying, it seems a little bit
It's
dangerous.
pretty much exactly what you expect.
Fantastic. It destroys the planet. Sucks
That's
everything
why
into a
there's so many-
singularity.
That's why there's so many planets in this game.
Oh,
You can use
fantastic.
black hole.
That was unfortunate because I wanted to get the weapon drop before this mini boss. I was so happy I just got the weapon drop at the end of the previous stage, just because weapon energy is so rare in this game.
Mhm.
So this stage involves a little bit of panic.
Also, we didn't mention it, but in the Japanese version, there's the Snatch Buster. Which
Mercury's, yeah.
Yeah.
English version, it's the Grab
Grab.
Buster.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Snatch Busters.
That's
So
so.
I don't know which name is worse.
I'm pretty sure I know which name.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of them sounds like you're blocking somebody trying to do. You just busted that grabby like motherfucker, but the other one not so much. How rude.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Uranus's stage is Jupiter Destroys Everything Part 2.
A
with
long
little
time
more-
ago. Oh, sorry. A
Oh.
long time ago, Cab and I made an agreement to not say Uranus for the sake of Twitch chat.
You
We
wrecked
had
them.
this like big conference in a windowless room.
You-
Just like
Payoffs were made.
There better have been some cigar smoking and some of that nature, at least something of that nature. Large chairs.
yeah, large
All I'm
chairs
saying
for
is the
sure.
sack had a dollar sign on it.
Fantastic.
So I think, yeah, neither of these bosses I managed to actually plant the missile in its face. I think it kind of relates to the hard knuckle from Mega Man 3, where you shoot the missile and it just kind of sits there for a second before it actually moves. But if you put it directly in the enemy, it hits them right away. So you want to do that. And the Uranus quick kill here. Uranus is not really that hard if you let him actually go into his pattern. He just kind of has 3 parts. He just throws a block at you, jumps across the room, crushes half the screen. It's
oh yeah, he
not
has
that
an
hard.
Speaking
he
of
has an
crushes,
instant kill move.
Yeah, like the blocks just fall right down, insta kills you.
Yeah.
But it's really easy to avoid. And he takes less damage from everything except the Pluto dash. So if you just dash across the room and then the half charges do just as much damage. There you go.
The half charges don't even use a full pixel of energy, right?
No, they use like half a pixel
It's
of
like
energy,
half a pixel.
which is dumb, but whatever. But then the Uranus quick kill is like super easy. Like anybody can do it. Well, it's easy. Yeah, I don't want to say that. Anybody can do it.
Yeah. It doesn't take that much. I mean, you figure it out, and once you do, it's like, oh man, this is really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So the obligatory Mega Man killer fight, who gets the Uranus deep digger blocks on the bottom of the screen. I wonder what he's weak to.
Yeah.
'Cause
black
this is-
hole, clearly.
Yeah,
Everybody's weak to that. Mega Man Game Boy 6 was canceled due to the weapon Universe Destroyer.
Yeah, they
Whoops.
should not have given him that one.
Yeah.
They should have given him the laggy clock attack that was in the stage.
Get equipped with Gnabgib. It's the opposite of the Big Bang.
So, yeah, the only issue there with Terra, or Earth if you're playing the Japanese version, is he has that lagging attack that freezes you. It's almost like the Angahem, whatever his name is in Link to the Past, where he shoots the blue balls at you instead of the pattern you do want to get. So you're just sitting there like, give me the good pattern, and he never does. I'm sure there's something I'm missing there, like that triggers that pattern, but one day we'll find out.
Yeah. And if you stay on that one half of the side, then he doesn't jump
Yes.
over. Is that right?
I think I'm starting to notice it's if you enter the middle 2 tiles of the screen, so it's not just crossing the center. He will jump back and teleport, and that mostly just serves to make you lose 5 seconds.
Okay.
So, but if he's in the middle of an attack while you cross that barrier, he will continue the attack. So that's your opening to get in there and finish him off. If he doesn't use the super laggy attack, and he just fires a laser, what normally happens is he'll jump back right into the shot.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
that's fine.
Simple.
And
And
then,
then there's like a 2-minute auto scroller, so
yeah. Meanwhile, Dr. Wiley's been building a Death Star this entire time.
Well, who
Yeah,
isn't?
oops. Somehow didn't see that.
Huh.
How did we miss that? I think
When did that?
I personally
Mega
think
Man,
this.
get equipped with Spirit Bomb.
Oh my!
I posted this in chat, but I don't know if you saw it. The thing I just linked in the Skype call.
So the space flight stage here, I think, has some of the best music in the series.
I agree.
I disagree. I hate it.
I love Space Rush. Rush Spaceship is such a good power up, too.
Yeah, let's get rid of this
Rush
mega
Jet.
arm. It sucks. I want the Buster.
Meet Mega Jetson.
I kind of wish you could use like the weapon energy, so Rush would have the ability to just shoot a lightning bolt out of his mouth.
That'd be awesome.
Elroy,
So-
did you finish your space auto scroller?
Not yet. So the only thing here is you have to kill 8 of these like little starfighter things, for lack of a better term. And sometimes they like to appear at the back of the screen going really slow. If you watch the task, they all appear on the front of the screen, directly in front of Rush, so you just mow them down.
Mhm.
And of course, if they hit you, you can't charge, and it's terrible. If they go off the top of the screen, you can shoot along the bottom of the screen, and it will usually hit them. So
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Well,
now he
that
speeds
helps.
up.
it helps, but optimally, they never get off the screen, and they never even get behind you.
You have to go
The-
super slow until you kill those things, and then you can actually go fast.
Yep.
Yep.
And then these lasers, which do like the same amount of damage as the tanks, I think.
Aren't they instant kill?
No,
No.
they're not. They just do a lot.
They just hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The super laser here.
And those are always the same. They're not random.
They're
Same
always
with the
the same
meteors at the beginning.
Mhm.
Yep. So here, us mere mortals tend to get 5 points of damage in on this guy. Charge shot, 2 lemons. I've gotten a 3rd lemon in if I try really hard, but sometimes I'll miss the charge shot if I do that.
Yeah.
And the TAS gets a charge, a lemon, and another charge. Finishes
Half
the whole
charge.
thing in 3 cycle.
It's a half charge for the second one, I think.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it's a full charge.
This
Well-
Death Star looks smaller on the outside.
Nope.
Yeah. Rush here got really small, so you can see
Yeah.
it's all to scale and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you haven't been noticing, like every other Mega Man game here, except I think the later X games stopped doing it. You generally try and center yourself on the screen whenever the game wants to move Mega Man to a specific point.
I love the Mega Man sprite when he's in Tiny Rush. He just like his eyes look just I don't know.
So yeah, we're
So you
going
can
to
see-
we're
Oh,
going to
sorry.
see it. I think soon after Anchor. There's the one other glitch with the game. Or is that what you were going to talk about?
No, I was gonna talk about how low just your weapon energy on almost everything is.
Oh yeah, everything's just ridiculously low now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pluto's weapon from here. There's one glitch in the game with it where after your invincibility wears off, if you don't like give the game any inputs except sliding for some reason, you remain invincible even though you stop flashing.
Huh.
Might
So
see
it-
it here. No.
Yeah. So the only problem with that is you need a long surface to slide across to make that actually useful, and this is the only point in the game where you really get that.
Yeah. So the anchor you can 2-cycle, and if you're good,
Yep.
involves
The only
using. I'm sorry.
the big difference with Anchor, who is in Mega Man 1 on Game Boy, Dr. Wily's Revenge, I think in that game you can shoot Anchor as he's jumping across the screen. In this game, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah.
So this is where which weapon am I going to fill up? The game begins. Those I think are the last 2 weapon drops until after the refight. So
Oh, wow.
that's what you have to use.
That is
and
harsh.
of course,
Well,
Quint,
only guaranteed ones. And this
Yeah.
is the slide glitch. You just saw him go through that guy.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
So Quint and really also the 4th Mega Man killer Ballad. Spoilers. Are they both have the same weakness of Mars. So, yep, it's really good if you can fill up Mars somehow before getting here. That never happens.
They made it specifically to make us
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah.
Exactly, like I said. There's going to be these jerks called speedrunners.
Yep. And of course, Ballad has a second weakness, but it's Venus. There we go, sliding right through the NES, which will create these wonderfully laggy explosions, but it does kill him pretty fast. So you start using the alternate weaknesses on guys. You'll get to see a couple of those later. I don't know what they were thinking on this screen. We just slide right through it and nothing happens. Don't even
Yeah.
need to use Pluto for it.
Like, there's an alternate path. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
go
I thought like everybody would go down there, and they didn't even bother like designing the other one.
So yeah, the first section and the third section here of the Wily Star, there's you have an option of which way to go, and obviously the speedrun takes the fast route. There's actually like a couple of interesting things that aren't anywhere else in the game if you go those other routes.
Yeah, like some weird platforms that. No, you see those in Uranus.
I guess those are the same as in Uranus' stage. They just
But,
gave different textures.
I guess there's nothing really happening right here, so I'll talk really quick just to get down and talk about it. There's a Buster only category, and in that one you take a different path because
Actually, I want to throw this out there really quick. The Ballad fight, Tremaine found this out in Mega Man 4 recently. If you just walk up to the left wall, he just doesn't body you.
yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, you
Yeah,
were
he
Wow.
just kind of like
say, Virtual Boy, you were saying?
yeah, and Buster only you have to take a different path, but And it's really hard. Like, I was gonna take a video of it. You have to do these, like, super precise damage boosts. It's like the
Interesting.
only reason Buster Only is a good category.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you know exactly how to take damage from the laggy bees and exactly how to when to slide and everything else, you can get through this whole section without switching to another weapon. So for Buster Only, you got to do it.
Yep.
It's so amazing that the required damage boost is off the enemy that makes you slower. It's pretty great. So just refights here.
Missing
Venus's
that
pattern.
missile.
Oh yeah,
That's
Ve-
that
Venus's
hurts.
pattern is that he will jump whenever you shoot, or not whenever, but you get a feel for it. You just don't know if it's going to be a short jump or a high jump. So you sit there and you pray.
And most of these fights are like the same, except like Neptune and
Mars and a few of the other ones. 'Cause
Mercury?
Mercury and Neptune, their weakness is actually from the second set of bosses. So
because that was a good idea.
I kind of like it. That's the 2-cycle on Jupiter. I guess it's 2-cycle. I don't know what else to call it.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
cycle.
So Mars here, we're obviously completely out of Neptune at this point, and that's his weakness. So there's going to be a switch over to Jupiter.
You can
Then
get double hits on Mars with Neptune.
Yeah,
We're all out of Neptune. Get something else.
yeah. The nice thing about just standing there with the electroshock is Mars fires these destructible missiles at you, so Mega Man just stands there and laughs. The only problem is if you haven't gotten any Jupiter weapon drops, Saturn is by far the worst boss to fight without a weakness.
Yeah.
You just don't want to fight him with Buster because he'll sit in the corner with this little black hole attack, and it just sucks in all your Buster shots. You just can't hurt him for like 20 seconds at a time.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
you
bad.
really want Jupiter's weapon.
So you can see Neptune is weak to the weapon that you get after beating all 8 Robot Masters, which is cool. Like, good idea.
It's at least like an original thing, so I kind of
Yeah.
like that. And the Buster in this game is pretty good, so it's not that big a deal. What you're going to see against Pluto now is you can hit him to get him down to 1 point of health before he goes in the corner, although the task kills him before he even jumps up to the top of the screen at all.
Yeah.
And, well, you can try to use Rush Coil.
It's actually, I timed this the other day. It's actually faster to use Bubble Bomb. Very, like, by like half a second, but it's slightly faster than switching to Rush Coil.
I'm going to use Bubble Bomb from now on, because then I won't jump in the
it's
corner, get hit, and like continue to fail.
Yeah,
I went from gaining 3 seconds again in that fight to losing 3 seconds in that fight.
yeah.
Mhm.
I timed it. It's like about half a second faster to use Bubble Bomb.
So yeah, you want to talk about the Mercury fight here?
Oh, yeah. Cab and I, well, Uranus is the same. You just quick kill him.
Yeah.
Same as in the regular fight. In Mercury, there's kind of 2 ways to do it. He fires these shots at you, and it can steal one of your items, including like E tanks and W tanks, which is pretty amazing. So
Cheap.
you have 2 options. Your options are to use the break dash invincibility to get into him, and then use the black hole, which is his weakness, or you can just kind of jump around the shots, which is what I do. They're like equally fast, I think.
Yeah.
Preference pretty much. But you can get double hits on him with black hole if you're inside of him when you use it.
Yeah, I think the TAS actually it uses what happens when you use the black hole is it makes this giant black hole on the screen and that damages everything. So that damages Mercury, and then it kind of explodes, and that also damages Mercury. I think the TAS has it. It's actually faster to just use it so the first 3 shots that hit him are just the black hole, and then you weapon cancel by pausing and switching weapons. The only
And then
thing
there's
is
this-
that gives him a bigger opening to steal your weapon tank.
Mhm.
So if Proto Man gives you a S capsule, you lose 8 seconds, and you don't need it at this point in the game. So that a lot of runs just kind of, well, you start becoming very sad there.
So these are the 2 hands. They're both weak to Neptune, which is why we needed the W tank earlier. Which is why if Mercury steals your W tank, you're
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
if
love
you're-
that he can do that.
This game is rude.
For a long time early on, we'd actually buy 2 weapon tanks just so that if he stole one, we had a backup.
until we found a consistent-ish way
Yeah.
to not get it stolen.
The
not
nice
get
thing
hit, I
with
should say.
the break dash there is if you go to half charge during the little boss intro music while his life meter fills up and you let go, it will never reach the full charge state. So
Hmm.
and it's important because if you use the full charge, the invincibility doesn't actually kick in until you stop dashing. So you won't take damage, but you will lose your weapon tank. So if you go against the far left of the screen against the second fist, the game basically says, "Aha, you're trying to one cycle me," and it doesn't come across the screen like it is
Yeah,
now.
if you're on like the very left, like the very, very left.
Ah,
This
Real
game.
dumb.
just
Yeah.
missed.
Unfortunately, here I missed it.
It's like SGDQ all over again.
Yeah. The other thing I've been trying to do here with the second, this last hit, is you can, if you don't fail from jumping because he's shaking the floor, you can be jumping off the screen, and once he's dead, Mega Man's sprite is no longer bounded by the right hand wall of the screen, and so you can get Mega Man like most of the way off the screen. I keep trying to get him completely off the screen at some point just to see what will happen.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, so this is the Wily.
Wily 2 skip.
Yeah, it's probably like the biggest skip. Well, really the only skip in the game. Basically, you black hole Wily, and it skips a phase and a mini cutscene. Well, it skips two phases, I guess. Like
Yeah.
normally you're supposed to
time
knock.
bomb phase.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
knock bombs into him, and then you have to like fight him with this lowered ceiling, and it's really annoying. But you just like black hole him, and he dies, and you skip to the final boss.
Save a couple minutes there.
Yeah.
So your black holes definitely work as intended to just
Yes.
wreck Wily.
Destroy the universe.
And that trick's
Yeah.
old. Like that was used in the segmented run from 2009. So
Yes. Thank you, whoever figured that out.
yeah.
Sorry, I had to cover the screen for a second there. One last minute highlight.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Got
Oh
it.
yeah. I had a really slow highlight of like
Yep, we'll play that in
Yeah.
just a few.
just kind of like to show step by step what
Whoops.
the Wily skip is all about.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let me,
Dr. Wily kind of shows up there, monologuing, "Oh, I found this great robot, the Doomsday
The
Weapon."
quality on the video is pretty bad, but
It'll be fine.
yeah.
We'll cue it up in just a sec. Let's watch the final fights here.
Yeah, Wily gets betrayed, of course, and you get to fight Sunstar, or Sun
Yeah.
God in the Japanese version.
Yeah,
He takes
Sunstar's-
1 point of damage from everything.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do, I finally kind of got down a good technique for using Pluto to get some invincibility to dodge most of his attacks. On the first two screens, 6 points of damage will take care of him, and it'll break the floor. And then you go down to the third, hopefully final phase. Well, he can basically use the rain flush starting on this floor to break the floor again and waste more time.
Hmm.
Here in this video, I completely blank on shooting him to start this phase and lose 5 seconds as he goes into another buzzsaw cycle.
Mhm.
But and that's how I got another Elonesia PB by 1 second
Nice.
Yeah.
by
love it.
losing 5 seconds in this fight.
But yep, time stops on here at Sunstar, and that's that. Pretty basic fight.
Nice.
think the only thing we didn't talk about at any other point in the game so far, I think, is Mercury's hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Or we didn't talk about that, right?
I
no.
don't believe
Yeah.
so, no.
No.
So the only thing with Mercury, he has 2 patterns for crossing the room. One of them is this like slow bouncy thing, and the other one is this faster zoom across the floor thing. So obviously we like when he goes fast most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fastest pattern is actually to have him bounce across the floor twice. It's affected by how much life he has left. If he has an even number of hit points, he crosses slowly. If he has an odd number, he crosses fast. So I guess the assumption was most players will go in, they'll use charge shots the whole time, and it'll alternate, and that's the pattern you just get used to.
Yeah.
But what I think the SDA run, what Freddy had figured out was, if I use Neptune's weapon,
It
He
wasn't
goes-
the. Oh, sorry.
oh yeah,
It was actually the test that first did this. The SDA run just uses charge shots, I think.
yeah. Either way though, I think it was using Neptune at first, which happens to do 2 points of damage. You could also use a half charge, which does 2 points of damage,
Mhm.
and you just use that to manipulate him at the end so that you get more fast patterns across the floor before you kill him.
Cool.
I think when I was timing that out in an airport once with nothing better to do, it was like 2 seconds you gain.
Right on.
That's 60 frames.
All right. Well, let's show that slow Wily skip video real quick.
This
Mega
was
Man's
recorded on.
expression.
Oh yeah, he's like, oops.
Screw that up. Gotta switch.
There's probably somebody on that.
There we go. Alright, so here it goes.
Yeah, basically, how you do this is you break dash. Whoa, Mega Man 6.
Don't
Okay,
worry about that.
so you break dash towards him. Pause. Switch to what's that thing called? Black hole. Use it, and it'll stay on for like 10 seconds. So you weapon cancel it out. Back to break dash. You use the break dash to gain more invincibility, and then you put it back on black hole. Switch back to break dash. Switch back to Saturn, and then you do one more break dash, and then you switch back to sun. It's really like, it's not hard to do, but it's kind of hard to do fast.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's one of those things you get used to doing. But you've got to pause cancel out of Saturn's the weapon animation.
And the stupid thing about it is like every controller has a different way of holding it, so you can do this fast. Like Game Boy Advance SP, the start button is like on the bottom, but on Game Boy Advance regular, it's like near the D-pad. And then on 3DS, it's like...
It's this weird thing that's not even a button that protrudes from the device.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you play on an actual Game Boy, and the start button's in anher location.
It's
And
like
then
the reset button on the back of a router, and you have to push it with a thumbtack.
Something like that.
And then on Super Nintendo is probably the best for it because of just where it is on the thing. The start button, that is.
Right on.
So, want to talk categories really quick?
I guess.
Yeah.
Really, any percent. Oh,
It's
you can
the
talk
only-
about them. Yeah, any
So
percent's the only category.
Any percent, I forget all the world records and stuff. What do we write down? Any percent, which is just beat the game, world record is 42.50. There's all
5?
It's 45.50.
45, yeah, not
I wish
42.
Tremaine will get 42.50.
Yeah.
Or PJ, one of them.
Now that you said that,
All this confidence.
All crystals, which I don't know. We
So
kind of
basically,
like,
later
Yeah.
in the game, in the last 4 Robot Master stages, there are these 4 gems. And if you collect them, you can go to Dr. Light's shop, get another item that makes all of your weapon energy usage reduced by half. Which sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
But
it
in order to
requires
get the one in,
usage.
in order to get the one in Pluto stage, you need to have Uranus's weapon, and to get the one in Uranus stage, you need Pluto's weapon.
Ow.
So you're going to have a revisit
Balls.
Yeah,
until we start finding clips.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, all crystals, which nobody's done a run yet. We kind of talked the other day, and these are like the 4 categories we think would like work.
Yeah, so like 80%, all crystals.
100%, which is all crystals plus the 2 mega arm upgrades and energy balancer.
Just buy all the permanent upgrades. And
And world record. Oh, sorry. Go.
yeah, you can say it.
World record is 55.59 in that one race that I didn't finish because I fell asleep.
That's one of those categories where we said, let's just do a run for this for shits and giggles and see what happens.
And then there's any percent buster only, which we mentioned earlier. And world record is 56 something. I got it on a road trip, so
Alright.
road trip percent.
Road trip percent is a good percent.
Yeah. So 56 something, but that's really bad. Like buster only can probably go like 51, 52 range.
So yeah, this any percent record of 45.50, like you saw the hand going up at the end, and like said, I missed that cycle. That's 8 seconds. You're seeing me get hit here a bunch of times. I a few weeks ago had this run that would have been a 45.35 or 45.30, and I just completely choked on Sunstar and had a, like a
Oh,
plus
yeah.
20 split and a
Oh.
1 second PB. And since then, I've not been able to get the 1 cycle. So
It'll happen.
given that and the other few kind of things I finally got brave enough to start doing last week or so, I think I can get down to 45.20 if I actually got a good run, which means Tremaine, who has all, I don't think he has 4 yet, but he
He
does.
doesn't have 4 yet.
He has the 1, 2, and 3 Game Boy Mega Man records. He's going to crush this time. And then we'll have all the other strats along with PJ breaking the game.
That'll just
I
tie the room together.
I told Cab at like AGDQ 2020 we're gonna race this game and it's gonna be a 5-minute run because you'll clip out of bounds on the first screen and wrong warp into the credits.
Yeah.
every
Sounds
game
about
will
right.
have a wrong warp to credits by then.
Perfect.
It's the future. Yeah.
So
Perfect.
that's Mega Man 5.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
Well, what we usually do here is have you tell the viewers like what could you do to learn the game and like 3 simple steps, like just good tips to get started speedrunning this game should they like to pick it up.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we wrote those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess which one do you want to talk about, Kev?
I've got to actually look at these because I was busy most of the
Oh
week.
yeah, I wrote these down because you were busy, so I just kind of wrote down like stuff.
Well, let's start at the first one.
Oh,
So
yeah.
races.
Races.
Like that's just like with games like this, I feel like just doing no reset runs or races is just the best way to learn and practice. Like,
So do people race this on SRL? I mean, do you see?
we
see
do.
I
this
think
race?
it's just us right now.
Yeah.
For now, but that could change.
Looking for competition there, chat.
All right.
Bring it in.
Yeah,
So,
I've got record. I'm obligated to take all comers. That's how it works, right?
Something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of
I will
which,
offer to race at 4:30 in the morning. if you
If
if you don't
dare.
accept, I am instantly the winner.
Let's do this.
All
New
right.
you can
world
also
record,
just
0
watch the
seconds.
record video. Like a lot of Mega Man games, just watch the record video and do what they do.
It's pretty easy to imitate what you see.
Yeah, it's not
Basically.
like there's any like hard.
After a
glitches or
while,
tricks.
I don't think there's that much in this game that's do or die, except for a lot of the stuff in Jupiter Stage.
Mhm.
So,
Which leads to number 3.
well,
Which, do you want to read?
the only thing I was going to throw out there
Oh,
is like I'm sure every other game works this way too. You start watching all the runs near the top, and you start stealing different parts of their strats in each one. So
Yeah.
I think this was the SDA run, the top time on Joka's leaderboard at the time, and the TAS, just kind of mixing and matching what everything was doing to come up with what I at least think at the time is the best human possible run. That said, don't watch my run to find out what to do in Jupiter Stage. Everyone else except me seems to be able to do the first screen really well, and I just cannot do it.
Definitely
I've
check
been-
out the task to see what that does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Although, like a lot of the strats aren't going to be possible because they get weapon drops anytime they need them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
so like the weapon routing is the biggest thing in the TAS.
Yeah.
And I guess this is kind of more specific. I wrote this down. Like the break dash, just learn how it works before you go for all the really advanced stuff. Because like once you figure out how it works, like then you can.
It's a tricky weapon to master.
Yeah. But
So one other thing with this game that I would just throw out there is this is one of those Mega Man games where the buster is actually really easy to use. So if you're taking your time, especially like buster only in this game is very possible. Everything's weak, takes damage from it except Sunstar and Uranus, and even those two, if you just stand there and pummel them with normal buster shots, you'll do pretty well.
Right.
It's like, don't be afraid of this game. It's pretty frustrating at first, especially with all the lag, and you'll be sitting there like, oh my god, how do I do this? But
We'll just click over time.
just stick with it, and you'll cut the hour in no time.
yeah. And we raced this game at SGDQ 2014. If you want to see that, just look it up. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. And from there, I don't know if anyone else here knows more about Game Boy hardware and stuff like that, and like what the best possible way to do a Game Boy run is. I know I gained 2 minutes on my time when I finally read SDA's notes on how to best configure your Game Boy player on the GameCube. Like I went from widescreen to normal size screen, and oh wow, my 55 became a 53. How did that happen? This run was worse.
Wait, what? You're supposed to play on like the tiny screen,
Yeah.
not full screen? Oh,
See, there you go.
oh,
Now we're learning.
oh.
And after that, even I've finally gotten my hands on a Super Game Boy 2, and the main thing
Yeah, that's the
d-
way.
yeah, like the inputs on a Super Nintendo controller just feel so much cleaner than hooking the Game Boy player,
Oh,
hooking
sure.
your Game Boy Advance into a GameCube.
Yeah, I bet.
That's
Super
just
Nintendo
my
controller's
experience
hard to
with
beat.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Yeah.
as far as getting proper timing, you're saying Super Game Boy 2 is a good one for
that-
good timing?
That's what I've gotten the last few records on. Up until SGDQ, I think I only really got Game Boy Player on a GameCube down to 4643, I think was record at the time.
yeah.
And within 2 days of getting Game Boy Player, the Super Game Boy 2 dropped to 4555.
Yeah.
Okay. But the point is, there's minor timing differences between the different ways of playing Game Boy games. So there's,
Yes.
if you are getting into this game and want to know how your times compare to other people's, you should be aware of how the timing differs from the different systems. And I guess there's a pretty good explanation on SDA about which one to use and what the conversion factors are and whatnot. But it's good to know that.
If somebody wants to grab the link to that, by the way, feel free to put it in the chat. If
Definitely.
anybody's got it handy.
Just one thing about emulators, use Gambetta or BGB, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some notes. There's a link. I think it's even in Joka's leaderboard somewhere, and it's like Game Boy emulator timing. And there's a link to YouTube, and it has like a bunch of, I think, 8 different versions of Super Mario Land, and you can just see the timers like drifting from each other as time goes on.
And just don't use Visual Boy Advance. That's basically it.
Yeah.
You'll get like a 35 if you use that. So don't do that.
Filed. Got it. Was there anything
Yes.
else you guys want to talk about, or shall we wrap this up and move on to records?
Let's go to records.
I like records.
Like records? I like records too. Let me hit a split. Bam. Authority. Can't stop
I don't
us.
like records anymore. You too late.
Ah,
Yep.
this guy.
Speedrun
Doesn't like
thinks
records
from-
anymore.
What did we get from Game of the Week, man? Did
Game
we
of the
get
Week,
Rush
man?
Spaceship?
We got records beam.
Oh.
Wait, no. That doesn't make
No.
any sense.
Records beam.
We got the Game Boy gun. I don't know.
Something like that.
It fires Game Boys.
Excellent.
Mega Man climbing the ladder animation.
Well, as always, if you guys see something you really want, I know you guys called dibs on a couple of things early, so just call those out when we get to them. But you see
Hey,
anything else you
listen.
know about and want to talk about?
You guys
Oh.
accidentally forgot to say you were ready for me to join the call, so it's
What?
okay.
We
It's
were
alright.
always ready
Who's-
for you to join the
yeah.
call.
It's
We were just
alright. I
waiting.
just thought I'd pop in
He's-
already.
Well, hey,
I
man.
was
Waiting
just
at the
waiting for
green room.
Flicky to start calling.
That's
Mega
what we
Man
got
B
from
again.
Game of the Week, man. We got Flicky
Oh,
Beam.
we got Flicky.
Get equipped with
Oh,
Flicky.
yeah.
Yes.
I didn't want to hop
Do, do,
in.
do, do, do,
I
do.
watched. I ended up watching half of the Game of the Week, but I didn't want to pop in partway through because
very
I,
well. Oh,
didn't feel
We had such a good
necessary.
rapport going. You didn't want to ruin
You
that,
had a
huh?
great rapport.
Indeed.
It was like fantabulous to see. It was like the end of a long-running theatre group was together. It was beautiful.
so to start us off this week.
Yeah, I'll go in
Yeah,
with Alex
speaking of
Kidd.
Flicky,
Yeah,
showing up.
Alex Kidd. Why don't you?
Alex Kidd. So
there is
There is
speaking
something
of
this game has in
a
common. with Flicky.
fantastic Sega Master System game. Also, yeah, very good. So this is Alex Kidd: The Lost Stars, which is one you actually had to buy, but it's Master System any% 2503 by Beatram. It says, I think this is the fastest time for this game. A straightforward left-to-right platformer where naked enemies shoot things out of their butts. What's not to love?
What is not to look?
This is true. I researched
Yeah.
this, and we were able to find naked enemies shooting things out of their butts. It does happen.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. I wondered if many of you guys played Alex Kidd.
I played
who-
Alex
who
Kidd in
missed
Miracle
out on
World.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miracle World is the main one. Yeah. That's cool.
Was that?
It's a really, really great game. I always enjoyed these as a kid.
Up
I was-
until like last year, I didn't even know that the Master System was released in the States.
Did
Like,
you know
once
that
it
it
breaks
came with
out.
Alex Kidd built in?
Built in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't-
built
I didn't
in the console. It's one of the Master Systems. I can't remember which one. It might even just
Yeah.
be the first one. Has it built in as a game.
It was
Yep, I
one. It
remember
was
that.
one of the
So if you-
revisions.
If you build with no cart, you play Alex Kidd in Miracle
Oh,
World.
there it is.
Wow.
There is a naked enemy shooting something out of his the slow down highlight.
Does it have? Does it
Please,
zoom in?
please.
Did he really? Hang on.
Oh god. There it is.
The YouTube triple slowdown.
Is he wearing sunglasses?
Oh, I gotta switch this thing to say records.
Does it count as naked
Fantastic.
if you're wearing sunglasses?
No, it doesn't. That's
Please,
why
please.
my
The
arrest
glasses
was
do nothing.
bullshit. Officer, I'm not naked. I've
Oh
got
my
sunglasses
God.
on. But yeah, there you go. I do
All
like-
right. Well, now you have a reason to play Alex Kidd.
Yeah,
yeah,
naked
if
guys
you
shooting
didn't
things out of
already
their
have
butts.
one. All right.
Going to Amazon
Fantastic.
right
Good
now.
stuff, Beatram. Good stuff.
Good to have us. All right. Are we good?
Yes, yes. The video
We
has
are, okay,
just
we'll-
finished.
We got Battle Tanks Global Assault. I'm going to give this one to PJ because B and P rhyme with each other.
Victory.
You're right.
They do.
This is Battle Tanks Global Assault for the N64.
Sorry, that highlight video started really unexpectedly.
Okay, so
You'll see.
he says Battle Tanks benefits from the neutral reset exploit, which you may have seen in Doom 64, allowing you to move much faster than intended. That's perfect. There's a good mix of movement-focused levels where you rescue prisoners and combat-focused levels where you kill all the enemies. Use different types of tanks and weapons throughout the game depending on the needs for that level. Goal is now sub 28.
Oh my god, this is a great clip.
Yes, it really is.
I just saw it now.
That's what I was laughing at. It's like,
Is this
oh,
like
menu
the,
selection.
is
Holy
it
shit,
like
that
the-
tank is hauling ass.
Is it like
Yes.
the Doom 64?
Yeah, it's exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's what it is.
For those who don't know what the neutral reset glitch is,
Yeah,
it's basically you turn on the console while you're holding up on the control stick, and that will cause that to be the neutral
It's
point.
Down.
Or down, rather, yes.
Hold
I'm
down.
sorry.
Yeah, you hold down.
That
on
causes that to be the neutral point. So when you let go of it, the controller thinks, "Oh, I'm pushing up," and then you can push up further to move further
basically,
forward.
if you could push the stick further physically, it would go further, and it's just a way of tricking the console into thinking you're doing that.
Yeah.
I think in a lot of games you could like hold
See that
L and
start
R and push start, and that would also reset the neutral
Yeah,
position.
there was
It is, it
another
is.
thing.
You don't have to
there were
reset
several ways
the
you could
console.
do it because anyone who played the game
See that
on
start
an
again.
N64 same at some point accidentally reset their neutral position.
Right. There are places
would
in the
happen
Doom speedrun where you can
completely
turn it off and then back on again.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right.
I didn't know you could do the LR start thing. That's cool.
Does your tank deform as you take damage, or is this just not functioning
I
properly?
don't know.
It exploded. It flat out exploded into pieces before. So
Yeah, his
When he
treads
couldn't
are
get
like
out.
bent inwards. And
I like how when you shoot buildings, as they're crumbling down, they just like peacefully fade out.
Yeah.
N64.
N64.
all
That
right.
looks like a fun game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It looks infinitely more fun with
Yeah,
that
I was
glitch.
surprised by that. Okay, we got a Bucky O'Hare run. This is NES, NTSC hard mode with
Oh,
the
Bucky
exclamation
O'Hare.
mark and everything. Yeah. It's 2458 by Columbal, and we have misplaced Unicode here. So,
So
It's
the
a
comment
cute
is,
bear face
yeah.
oh,
There's
is
an
it a
E.
bear?
Bear face.
There's a dot.
You see its
There's a
eyes.
yen sign
Two
somewhere.
U's.
Yeah, that Mew.
Yeah, it's capital E with a chevron accent,
I think this is a
point.
password for GI Joe.
Probably.
accented A. We got new symbol, quotation marks, all that stuff.
Oh, wait a minute.
A
I just
dot.
started on Route 42 with all the weapons and medals. Shoutouts to Wumo.
Shoutouts to Wumo.
So this is Bucky O'Hare.
This is a really good highlight.
Yeah, it's the shoot 'em up game where you're a dragon.
This is a really good game. You're not even like a dragon shooting fire out of your mouth.
Look.
You're just like a dragon in a ship.
It's Harry Potter, and you can't tell me otherwise.
It does look like.
Wait, no, now he's Bucky.
Oh, straight from the runner. It was supposed to be the little bear ASCII thing. Was the description?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's what,
Yeah,
Diesel was
it did
saying.
not work out.
No, he had an accident.
This reminds me of Diesel's old emoticons. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah,
From like 2 years ago or more?
Oh, those were so good.
I haven't made any
A
emoticons in a
little bit
while.
of
I should.
backstage stuff there, if you guys remember. Fiesel, for us, used to make these emoticons that did not come out correctly at all, and they would just be bizarre
Came out
collections
fine.
of random things.
I've got
we
one. I've got one right
had
here.
Oh, good.
You have one saved.
I'll
Oh my God.
transcribe it over.
There you go. All right.
I remember
There we
this.
are. There's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I recognize that.
I did that thing.
There's the remember to set a record up for the dick one, but I can't remember what it was, but it had a 9 in it. It's all seriousness here. All right.
Yes.
We got some little ones. Gilda, you
Castlevania.
normally know about Castlevania things.
I know
Do
a
you
little bit about
either of
Castlevania.
these two?
I know that this game is really rough, but no, K-Mac is back with a 3304 in NES any percent on Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. His comment for that is blob, blob, blob.
Hmm.
So apparently, I would imagine that he employed the hell out of the blob skip, which,
Hmm.
what does that save? I think it's like 2 minutes. on the
Actually, I
run or
think he's
something.
just been
It's
really
ridiculous.
enjoying playing A Boy and His Blob.
Oh, you're right, probably.
and the
Yeah.
2 Blindness Blob sequels. So,
The sequel,
Yeah, he's
blah,
been steadily
blah.
pushing that time down. I still remember when he was like, "Yeah, I'm not interested in Castlevania 2."
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
about, I don't know.
that's normally the opposite. Normally people are like, you know what, I'm going to run Castlevania 2, and they don't, do they, Feasel?
He got this was his third record last night.
Wow.
Like he got like a 33-30 or something, and then immediately afterwards cut another. Oh, here we are. Yeah, he got a 33-23. Then the very next run was a 33-16. And then a little bit
33-04.
after that, he got a 33-04. And I was
damn.
watching him like all night, and he had some really, really strong runs that were like 30 seconds up that lost 3 minutes to the blob skip.
Were they just
And then he
going
had-
really well, the runs, or was it like not that optimized right now?
It's getting pretty optimized.
Yeah,
Right.
they're as
It's
far as I know,
just-
they found a consistent method for the floor drop, like the floor
Yeah.
skip.
Yeah, it's still frame perfect, but it's no longer subpixel. Well,
Yeah.
it's still subpixel dependent, obviously, but they have a setup to get the right subpixel value.
Yeah.
Um,
So there's all
but,
kinds of.
yeah,
There have been improvements in the world of Simon's Quest, the likes of which.
yeah, and they now kill
The
Dracula.
world
with
never
60
expected.
They kill what now?
They kill Dracula with 60 whip hits instead of like the dagger or whatever, because it's slightly faster to just bludgeon him to death.
Take this, you son of a bitch.
Why
Again.
did you make
and
me walk
again.
all the way over here?
60 though. Like,
All I wanted was a Dracula smoothie, and you came back. I processed your heart. I processed your nails.
Yeah.
all
That
right.
typo is the ultimate power. But yeah,
We
then we have
got,
good old Soten.
Yeah.
Once again, ROM Scout as usual. On the 360, any percent no save corruption in 1715. And he says goal for the next improvement is sub 1710.
Yeah.
So there you go. Couple of
There you go.
Castlevania
Right.
reference. And
Yeah.
page.
Disney's Adventures in the Magical Kingdom. So I'm assuming not Disney, a character that I've never heard of, but Disney,
Oh,
from
that would
the Magic
be such
System.
a brilliant plan.
So yeah, make a character called Disney, and this would be actually just be a cheap, like Chinese game,
I
And then
kind of want them.
stolen sprites.
Just make sure your company doesn't have a mailing address so you can't get the
Yeah.
letter from the lawyer.
Ultimate rude.
I kind of hope that they make a game where you play as Walt Disney, like the guy.
Right, it's Walt Disney's Quest.
Well, Disney,
The Walt Disney's post-apocalyptic adventure where he wakes up after being frozen.
Yes.
Just walking around in like a suit.
It's
Yes.
the next Fallout game, actually.
Walt Disney and the cure for whatever lung problem.
Walt
he
Disney
had
and
or
the
whatever.
Cure.
That's great.
Robert Smith,
Okay.
please.
I used to try to think he wakes up in a post-apocalyptic future where there are no more cartoons, and he has to reteach the world the ways of like hand-drawn animation. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, this is a
So it'd be like Mario
1015.35,
Paint.
which is now never going to live up in its wildest dreams, the game itself, to what we have decided it is.
Yes.
Dugog apparently beats the current SDA run by about 0.1 second.
Well done.
So that's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Dokapon Kingdom. I'm going to give this to
God.
Virtual
Oh
Boy.
boy.
we
Oh,
go.
cool.
Why would you
Fine
ever play
Kingdom.
this game?
I
You
like
should have said,
90%.
"Oh, Virtual Boy." Right?
Oh, brother.
Any
Yeah.
percent story mode in 2 hours
Yeah.
40. Wait, yeah, 2 hours 47 minutes and 1 second by Darkwing Duck. Taunting it as the friend-destroying game. I recommend not speedrunning this game if you value sanity, decency, and cute little bunny wabbits that have hands at the ends of their long ears.
Sorry.
Wait, I think the beginning of this comment got deleted. I thought I read it earlier and it said the back of the box was touting it as the friendship
Yes.
destroying.
Oh,
it was.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe. It,
and
That's
that's a
it,
true
yeah.
statement.
oh,
I've
maybe.
seen
Yeah, I
the
was
back
trying
of
to
that
figure
box,
out-
unfortunately.
Wait, there was more. There was more.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
All
that's right,
told, the
continue.
trials and tribulations of Cream Bullet. Okay, only
That's-
had her be whipped cream bullet 8 times. I think I'm missing something there. Like,
Can correct it.
All told,
so-
the trials and tribulations of Cream Bullet. Pronounced Cream Bullet, and then corrected to Creme Brulee.
only to have
Oh, wait,
the
I-
whipped
oh,
cream
that's-
bullet 8 times.
and I had a revival for 3 of them. I think this game can also be well described by one item of equipment that is hard to get, not 100% needed in a speed run, but makes it much easier, which I got in this run. It's called the Zebra Bandana. Thank Mew.
There you
Well
go.
then.
I was intrigued, like, by how powerful this game must be if he himself was touting it or touting it. Is that how you spell touting? I guess it is.
I
As the
guess so.
friendship-destroying game, despite
Actually, no.
playing it by himself. Like,
That's taunting, as in like pulling something
that would
tight.
be scary. That how it destroys friendships, even if the friend has not involved whatsoever.
Isn't this like the Mario Party RPG game?
Pretty
Like,
much.
Kind of.
Kind of looks like
yeah.
that, yes.
He played this game and then sent Fiesel a bunch of angry messages annulling their friendship.
Oh,
If you hadn't stopped running Rygar, I wouldn't have had to play this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what you missed there, the person saying creme brulee in the chat is he didn't mispronounce that. It's written here CREMBULLAY. So creme brulee.
Yeah. Boulay.
No mistakes on our
Also,
part
it's
there.
TOUTING. If you
Yeah,
want
that's
the
not-
correct
it's not
spelling of
TAUT.
taunting.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Taut.
yeah, I was kind of like,
That's
what?
taught. That's
Yeah,
like
exactly,
as
like
in
pulling
that
something
this
tight.
rope is taut. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really confused.
At first,
That's
I
okay.
thought it said taunting. I was like, that's
Taunting,
weird.
Well,
yeah.
Taunting me as the
Taunting
Yeah,
is the
you're a friendship
destroying
destroying game. Yeah.
Oh, you think your friendship's good, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we got Dragon Warrior NES any percent in 5 hours, 48 minutes, 20 seconds by Nez
Cardinality.
Best cardinality. Yeah, he finally got it.
Cardinality,
Finally.
yeah.
He's been doing quite a bit of attempts at this, and I guess he's got 548 now, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, so sub 6 hours was the golden time to get for quite a while, but now we've pushed it back another 12 minutes to that. So cool.
Nice. All right.
That is impressive.
Cool. DuckTales. I don't
2.
think any of us. Yeah, DuckTales 2. None of us have run this, right?
That's correct.
No.
At some
Right.
point? Okay, cool. And then I can pass this to Mr. Or Cab.
All right.
You happy
so
to take DuckTales? Yeah.
I'll take it, I guess. This is DuckTales 2 on the NES, any percent difficult, by PLD in 9 minutes 39 seconds, who says, not quite satisfied with the run yet, but I am really happy about it. Shoutouts to Nadua, Cardinacao,
Cart in
and-
a cow.
Inakao, and Magara 1. By the way, the old record was not, ! 939 like shown in the video, but 940. I got a one-frame trick, Webby Skip, which allows you to surpass Webby without talking to her when hitting A, the jump button, on the right frame behind her. And I guess that's
yeah, it's
a
timestamp
highlight
for
note.
the But
Yeah.
wow.
The Webby
This
skip.
is cool. So DuckTales 2 is a pretty competitive game as well.
Mhm.
I think this takes the record from Bangera, or Bangera had it at some point. But like a lot of, if you look down like a list of good European platform runners, or really good ones actually, you'll find a lot of them have played and had records in this game at some point.
Yep.
I believe
it's gonna be
Frezzy has it.
Dudua
Dexter
and
had
Did
Dexter,
Dexter
I
do
think.
this game?
Nadua
Dexter,
and
yeah.
Dexter play it too.
Yeah.
Primal, I think, plays it too. You know, a lot of like sort of almost like a who's who of 2D European runners have good times in this. So this is no easy.
I didn't know they were 2D. I met Dexter in person. He hides it
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, he does.
The movement
this
here is
game's
actually
a-
really crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this game's at HDQ. I think it's going to be a race between Dexter and Bangera.
Well, yeah,
I
it could
think-
be.
Let me look that up real quick.
Right at.
Cool.
Sounds possible. All right.
Now let's clean this records list up.
Good
oh,
one.
I called this one
Yes, he
earlier.
did.
Okay. One of my favorite games, like, ever. Dust Force, DX, PC. New game plus all levels in 4612 by the Bird of Prey. Dust Force DX is an update to the game that includes 19 entirely new levels, an entirely new interconnected nexus, and some bug fixes. The any percent category is done on a completed save, which is simply reach the end of the level in the fastest way possible and complete it without worrying about dust collected. In total, this ups the number of levels to 75, and the level order is much more optimizable because instead of only 12 being connected in the area, now 64 levels that are all interconnected, and you can optimize between all 64 at once. Overall, this looks to have added 12 minutes roughly to the speedrun. This run can be improved, as I'm sure we will come up with more optimizations further down the line. This one is quite solid for the time being, but I'm going to be looking to shaving off another 2 minutes or so, mostly coming from less deaths. I'd also like to have a TSSB show that focuses on Dust Force at some point.
Oh, it's not
Can't
bad
argue
idea.
with
Love
that.
that.
Bad idea. Yeah.
So I actually had the chance to play this new update. It's really cool. A lot of the new levels are really good. And Dust
Some
Force
of
is just
these
one of my
skips. Oh
yeah.
my
Dust Force
God.
is insane. It's
Just jump right around the map like you don't
on,
care.
Yeah.
on top of it being like an excellent speed game. It's one of my favorite games like ever. Just casually too. It's really just almost like a perfect platformer in my eyes.
Oh my God.
I'd love to see the SS all levels run of this,
Wait, what?
the new
Okay.
patch. It's just
Did the new
so
patch
great.
break it more? Like, why is he just jumping off spikes? I feel like that's.
I
not
was kind of
something you
confused
do.
myself, but I
No,
was just
that's
like
not-
mystified.
That's always been a thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, amazing game, amazing,
Wow.
Cool.
just
Wow.
everything.
Good stuff, Bird of
Nice.
Prey.
Awesome.
Nice.
Good job. Yeah. Right. We have hey another Master System game then. Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse.
Wait.
Oh,
Do we
wait,
not
did-
have any runs between D and L?
Nope.
Wow.
No.
Huh.
Alphabet skip.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Alphabet skip.
Speed strats.
Is
Yeah.
that true? Because like
Gotta go
my
fast.
Google Docs is really wonky at the moment in this, so I'm just checking we don't, right?
No, it's true. Yes,
Alright,
we're
okay,
correct.
yeah. Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. I'm saying Master System 100% in 3321, also by B-Trim. Going with the Master System ones. No reason to play any other 8-bit console, is there? I don't think so.
Nope.
Since I've improved my gameplay in any percent, I've decided to improve and finally share my 100% WOD record. This run collects all 14 power stars. Yeah, I don't know much anything really about Land of Illusion. Only World of Illusion, which is the SNES one, like the sequel, I guess.
Genesis, I think.
Genesis
Yeah.
and
It's
is
a
it
Genesis
Just
one.
Genesis.
Castle of Illusion or something.
Oh, there's Castle of Illusion too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of illusions.
And lots of
Disney's
places to
Illusion.
hold them. Walt Disney's Illusion.
Land of Illusion starring Disney.
Of death. Okay, that's enough of that.
Indeed.
So on to Lord of the Rings.
Hey,
Okay,
speaking
really?
of which, before we
Wait,
get started
really?
with this one,
Oh.
guess what next week's game of the week might happen to be?
Yeah.
Low
I
G
don't know.
Man.
What is it?
Oh,
No, G-Man?
good
It's
try.
not. It's
No.
it's Walt Disney's going to be on the show to announce his new
Yes,
video.
He's going to tell us all
game.
about Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Walt Disney's Lord of the Rings.
Walt Disney's Lord of the Rings.
Return of Walt Disney from the dead.
Return of Walt.
But yes, it is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King on the
Where's
GameCube.
Walto?
US any percent easy co-op in 144.23 by Author Blues and Skybills, who will be our guests next week.
Wow.
Ooh.
And the notes are Gandalf 2 OP. Shout out to Uglier Goblin for helping us find so much new tech over the past 2 weeks. This run is dedicated to him. He discovered a glitch which to allow us to play as any character we want in any stage, allowing us to bring high-level characters into difficult stages late in the game, where we would otherwise be forced to play as hobbits, producing a few
Yeah.
hilarious cutscenes.
The Hobbits suck.
Yeah, combined with some rerouting of a few of the stages, this game is is really getting incredibly close to its optimal time. Last time we said 145 would never happen, but we turned out to be very wrong. Best speed game 2014.
Okay, I'm hoping we see some of the funny cutscene, but I also would not mind waiting a month. A week, sorry. A month.
Yeah. Next week is in a month. Actually, technically speaking.
I
Yeah,
do
it's
like
next
that
month.
these giant spiders don't look nearly so giant when you're playing a full-size human.
Not so big. Not so big.
Oh, here's a cutscene. Oh, wait, what cut the leg?
Oh, sorry, you don't get to see it.
Nope. Censored.
Just really quick about the DuckTales too. At AGDQ, it's going to be Dexter and Bangor erasing the
There you
good
go.
ending category. I just want to
Nice.
look that up really
The
quick.
good ending one. Okay, that's like getting
Which is
a
like-
bunch of points too.
Yeah, which is like 20 minutes, I think. So
It's you got to get 10 million points or something like that, or $10
million
million
monies.
dollars. Yeah,
yeah, okay. So
cool.
Average the dollars.
PJ, did I detect some keenness on doing low G man here?
Oh yeah, Low G Man is the best.
Alright.
Yes, this is Low G Man, the low gravity man.
In case you didn't get what the G was stood for here. Like, I don't understand. Low G? Like, what could that possibly mean? Like
This game-
octaves lower
Like
or
a
something?
yeah.
Low gluten.
It's so good. This game's the best. For NES, of course, in 1415 by our friend Zacky Draggy. He says, I'd worked on this on and off, mostly just casually, but then earlier this week I took it up seriously. The result is not only cutting more than 6 minutes off the PB I started the week at, but also a minute 17 off the previous best known time. That said, this is not a good run, though there are a few bright spots here and there. There's definitely time to be saved through better execution, RNG, and there are undoubtedly a few more optimizations to be found. Sub 14 is more than possible, and I hope to achieve that in the next week or so. Shoutouts to PJ, yay!
Oh,
For discovering the clip that I used twice
that's
in
me.
Chapter 2.3. And for my Chapter 5.2 video that he based his strat on, I guess. Yeah, this game, it controls horribly.
Yes, it
It
does.
looks like.
so bad. It really should not be a fun game to play, but it's like so charming and fun.
It's like I don't know
Jump
what
and-
the
it's not
deal
jump
is
and
with the
shoot,
frame
it's jump
rate,
and stab.
because I think it runs at 60 frames like any other NES game, but it's just everything kind of jumps.
Yeah, it's
they did
it's
their
a-
best to make it look like it's running at 25.
Something
It's
like
a
that, yeah.
really, really choppy game. So you can only
So choppy.
you can only attack vertically. You have a gun, but it only freezes enemies, and to damage enemies, you have to stab them with a spear. But you can only stab up or down.
Oh,
You
nice.
can only stab down if you're in the air. No, you can
Is
crouch
this
stab
boss
down.
shooting potions?
Sure.
Yeah, he's
Looks like he's
shooting
dropping-
poison potions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when you kill an enemy, it can drop like one of 100 different power-ups. You can upgrade.
100.
No, there's only
Okay.
like 6. You can upgrade your gun power. You can upgrade your spear power. You can upgrade your jump power, which is so good. And then there's score, health, and poison. um, and
That's the
because
best power up.
you usually just like kill an enemy and instantly grab it. Sometimes you just like drink the poison and die. But yeah, I think with fully powered jump power, you can jump like 4 full screen heights.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
It's,
It did advertise low G.
It's
It is low G,
absolutely
yeah.
ridiculous.
Get the
should run
fuck out of
100.
here.
You should run like an all upgrades category just so you can do that.
And even better, if you get hit by an enemy in the air, there's a 4-frame window where you can double jump again.
Nice.
4 frames
Oh,
isn't that
oh
big.
my
Like
God.
any
So
will
good.
find.
It's so good. It's like the best NES game, and it's absolutely terrible.
All right, we have a slightly different game here.
No,
This is Marry.
Oh.
Oh,
Marry-
but with a
oh.
0. It's a 0, that is. It's like a marry 0 thing. So it's life advice, I guess. Don't get married or something. This is any percent Portal on PC in 2 minutes, 7 seconds, and 300ths by Author Blues. It says Mario is an SMB1 plus Portal crossover that is actually pretty well designed. Fans of Portal will be thrilled that you can now use a Portal gun in a new environment, and fans of SMB1 will loathe that the physics of SMB1 have not been faithfully reproduced even in the slightest. A few
Good use.
optimizations have been made, but the meat of this run is the suspend option in the menu, allowing you to resume your gaming session at a later time. If you use the minus world glitch in 1.2, then suspend your game in -1. Resuming your game puts you directly into 8.4. Have fun beating this time.
Well, good use.
Wow, cool.
I missed the whole highlight in the time it took to read that comment.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Holy shit.
Okay. All right.
That's fantastic. Just missed.
All right. We got Superstar Saga. Let's give this one to Virtual Boy.
Oh
Why
boy, I
not?
was gonna volunteer anyway, but cool.
Nice. Well, good stuff.
Look, he reading minds.
This
This
is
is
the
Mario
first
Lu-
one.
Yeah, this is the first
Yeah,
Mario and Luigi.
Okay, right.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, GBA, U.
This is the
Any
vomiting pixels.
Yeah,
percent, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. That's actually every percent now except glitches. Anyway,
Okay.
any percent in 1 hour and 25 minutes by Alta Biscuit. First one I've managed to complete in weeks, and it turned out to be a PB. Considering the numerous ways this game can end runs in the last half hour, I'll take it. I lost time doing counters and glitches not behaving, so there's still some improvement to be had. My current goal is to get to 122. And, like, I've tried to... Whoa, I haven't seen that before. Anyway, like, just looking at the video, that's kind of the cool thing about this game.
Oh, whoops, I let it
Oh,
loop.
what was I going to
My
say?
bad. Oh, well, you can see garbage parts again.
I learned how to run this game, and then, like, they found a new glitch, and then I learned that the run actually, like, really sucks now. It's like the final boss is like all RNG. So I'm like, oh.
I'm amazed that
Like this
they
is like,
still happily play when so much of the game looks so completely wrong.
yeah, like this is
I physically
Understatement.
feel bad looking at it because it's so incorrect as to how it should be that it clashes with my sensibilities.
You have those?
Yeah, a
be
handful.
Well, good.
yeah.
I
As long as
traded
you're
the rest
keeping the
in.
number up.
I traded the rest in for the ability to eat fast food. So
He found some on Craigslist that he scooped up for cheap.
I just had to pick them up from a mansion in the countryside. And,
Yeah, some guy JP to Scissors was selling some
JP
sensibilities.
decisions.
Oh, you seem like a trustworthy guy. I'll buy some of those.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
that Twitch
Great.
channel's still available if you want it.
I have exactly 1 sensibilities left. Would you like it?
How is JP the Scissors still available? Outrageous.
I don't know.
All right. Mega Man
This game
5.
is bad.
I think this, I guess, give this to Cab. That would make
Yeah.
sense, wouldn't it?
What?
Uh,
Those
I don't know
PJ
anything
sensibilities
about
you
this
bought, aren't they?
This is Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy by MrCab. Nice guy if you ever met him. Any percent and 4550. This is my third recent PB of 2 seconds or less, bringing the time down originally from 45.55. The choking on the final bosses is real. This category should be able to get down to 45.30 or less with current strats.
Yes.
And if you missed it earlier, here's Ballad unable to hit me on the left wall.
There you go.
I had a question. Did you submit this through the form like normal, or did you do something else to get this on this list?
This was a normal form submission.
Because
I
we've
don't know
had
what
it in
the
the
something else
past
is.
where people who will be on the show will say like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I got a record," and then not submit it, and then they'll do the whole show and finish and be like, "Oh yeah, I actually got a PB."
Ah,
Oh.
you mean S?
Yeah, yeah.
Shut up.
All right. Hey, we're trying to be friends, people. All right, here we go. Metal Slug Advance, Game
Metal
Boy
Slug
Advance. Yes, any percent normal. 1445 by Gyro, and we all have been enjoying the recent slew of Metal Slug runs, which I'm very much happy about. I believe one might be the AGDQ. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Wait,
I
okay.
think
Didn't
I
one
swear
get
there is
through?
at least one
Control.
Didn't
Metal
X
Slug on
get
there.
through or something?
Yeah, I think
Metal
feel like it
no,
did.
this game, Metal Slug Advance
Oh.
by
Oh, there
Gaia,
you go.
is gonna be
Gyro.
Oh, damn.
Gyro.
Gyro, there you go.
Cool.
So yeah, this run has a new route for Mission 4 inspired by the TAS, in addition to a better strategy for reducing boss RNG for Mission 2. I've been grinding Mission 4 for the past week, and I'm really happy to see how it turned out yet. I'm not sure it's safe enough to use for AGDQ yet, so there you go. But it looks really good when it works. Lost 6 seconds to bad RNG on Mission 4 boss, and some minor mistakes in Mission 5 that cost about 5 seconds as well. It's been a little while, I feel, since a Metal Slug game at AGDQ, so very happy to see the return of it.
Yeah, I think 3 was the last one, probably 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah.
2 or even more. Was it 2? Was it even just
I thought
2?
Uyama did one a while back.
Yeah,
Yama
that
did
was
one
3.
a long time ago, like
Yeah.
2012, surely, wasn't it?
Maybe. Well, he did Metal Slug 3 twice, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did it at. I want to say he did it at. I feel like he did it at Classic
It might have been
Games.
11, 12.
No,
Might
he
have
did
been
it at an
11, 12.
AGDQ. 'Cause
11
I
and
think so, too.
12, then I feel. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. But it's great series. We like it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, now that
Metal
we have
Game Boy
Super
Advance
Guns, we
one,
can actually-
surprisingly good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Except his walking animation looks like it's missing frames.
Well, yeah, but it's amazing that it runs smoothly considering some of the PS2 ports of the games do not, so.
Yeah, well, even
Some.
on Neo Geo, they still slow down.
Yeah. All right.
Nimbus.
Nimbus. This is the cool one, right,
Yes,
Gildo?
this is the rocket game.
bouncy
It's
one.
really
Yeah.
neat.
Do you want to go
Bouncy one.
Yeah, sure, I'll read it. Hang on.
the bouncy one?
Let me,
the bouncy
uh,
rocket game.
Let me fire up the old highlight reel here. Okay, so Nimbus on the PC, any percent in 1855 by Nebeth. It says this run beats Kier Delta's record by 2 seconds. The run contains quite a few mistakes, including an unintentional death, so saving another 20 to 30 seconds certainly seems possible. Hoping to improve this time soon. And yeah, we actually featured this game, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm,
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
did.
was
We
like a
did
while ago, but-
an episode with Crate, I
Crate
believe.
and I think Blecky.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was cool. It was heavily run on SRL quite a bit for a while.
Yeah, it started. They kind of started on Blind,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, and then SRL picked it up pretty heavily.
It
I
was
think
a
the
seasons
developer
game.
was racing it too, or something.
Yeah, they did
along those lines.
a race, a big developer race. I think one of the first. I don't want to say if it was the first or not, 'cause I can't remember, but they did a big developer race for it, where a bunch of people entered. Blecky got a bunch of keys to give away for it, and yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's a really neat game. So
Yeah.
Also at SGDQ 2013.
Yeah, was it Crate who ran it there?
I don't know. I just know that it was at that one.
It might have been Mundungu too.
Oh yeah, it could have been.
Oh, the
could have been.
race. There was a race of it or something.
Actually, I
I
think
don't
it was Mundungu that ran it that time.
Right, cool. All right, Pilot Wings is, I guess, somewhat similar, sort of coasting air, whatever. N64 Japanese version, 80% in 2641 by Graviton.
Whoa.
No comment.
Did they
but,
find a new skip? Because like at SGDQ 2013, he got like the 33 something world record. So.
Well, this is the Japanese version,
Oh.
which I think he got at SGDQ.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it had that one skip where you can just like kill yourself and the level ends or something. I don't remember.
Oh, nice.
If you need a specific height that you die at, or
something
I don't
happens.
remember. But yeah, something happens, you can skip it. So I'm assuming there's some other stuff in that version.
3106 was the previous run that we had from Graviton for the Japanese version.
Wow. Okay.
So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Something has changed.
But that was over a year ago. That was more than a year ago. So I imagine.
Oops.
Okie doke. We have one. This is going to go with for Feasel. So I kind of
What?
want to hear
Sure.
you say the name of this next game.
Oh. Okay. This is Poco Nyan Henpo Korin Adventure. Or Walt Disney's Poco Nyan Adventure.
Oh god.
Yeah. For the Super Famicom, this is an any percent run done in 1019 by Author Blues. He says, this game is Kawaii Desu. You play as a cat-raccoon hybrid that can transform into a kangaroo who collects fruit and then eats them out of his pants.
Well,
Okay.
Something about this game and this week and enemies pooping shots and now this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pants and butt pooping projectiles.
It's pretty smooth and fast moving though.
Sure is.
It is.
Yeah, this does look awesome.
And there
Yeah,
are rainbows.
there's definitely rainbows. This
I mean,
kangaroo
I'm a
is
man.
not
Why do
useful.
I care? I don't like rainbows.
Wait, what? The kangaroo is not useful. Please don't ask about the kangaroo.
can do.
Guys, I was just wondering about the kangaroo.
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
That's
you
enough.
could-
Well, you could ask
Hey.
him next week.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think
Like
if
in
you use
person.
the kangaroo, there's a chance for pants skip, which I think has to happen.
Pants skip.
huh?
You
doing
do
that
pants
right
skip
now. I
every
mean-
morning, don't you, Feasel?
Great.
That's right. I look at them and I'm just like, nope.
Yeah.
I could save a couple minutes getting to work this morning if I just don't put on
Pants
pants.
skip.
Great.
All right, was there more comment to read?
Yes,
Yes,
there
there
actually
is.
is.
Yeah,
but what
there
the heck?
is. I can
He says you
understand
have to
how you
collect
would
at
not
least
lose
15
focus.
snack foods to complete each stage. See, there is. Okay, anyway. And every 3 stages there's a boss, but these tend to be something of a joke. There's a huge disparity between my time and the task, which is about 640. Yeah, why is there such a disparity?
Yeah,
Get on that, man.
Yeah, Author Blues. Why is
Maybe the
there?
Why is it
kangaroo would
almost
help.
4 minutes?
Yeah, maybe pants skip saves a lot of
Let's
time.
ask him about the kangaroo and see if that triggers anything.
The game
let me
requires
say,
you to
hope
put
see
on
it
the pants.
Time much closer. Don't ask about the kangaroo.
Seriously.
okay. Well, okay, how about we ask about Tony Danza's run and punch extravaganza?
Yeah,
Is
That rhymes. It's
correct?
very
Or
good.
was that-
Tony Danza's extravagance.
Is that not it?
No, that's it. It's Walt Disney's Tony Danza's extravaganza running punch fest.
I like now, for the first time in my life, when someone says Walt Disney, I'm not thinking of his cartoons. I'm thinking of literally the man.
Right?
As I know him. Smoking jacket, pencil mustache, or whatever.
Right. God. So this is Renegade. It's 5:22 is the new time. It's less than 2 seconds improvement over the previous best, but I decided to put it in here anyway. I wanted to get a lot better, closer to 5 minutes. You can probably get this time under 5 minutes if everything went just ridiculously well. The sum of best splits on this is in the low 5s, but I'm pretty sure that it can get, below 5 with perfect play.
Mhm.
But yeah, good old Renegade.
Quote
It'll be
unquote.
in Best of Nest Marathon this coming weekend.
All right.
Confirmed
PJ,
the
you can
best
do
the
this
NES
one.
has to offer.
Yeah.
It is the best of the NES. Is Renegade.
Best of it.
Oh man.
You can do this one just because it's got the old PC PAL trap there from our good
Yes,
friend
Fred.
Onin.
All right, this is Risk of Rain, the European version. Any percent monsoon category in 1414 by Onan.
That was a good save.
Ages to get that region localization in for Europe. It was
Yeah,
a torturous wait
it was a
before they
tough
converted
patch.
the game to 50 hertz.
Right. Monsoon is supposed to be a higher difficulty setting, but this run showcases how wrong that idea is. It adds 2,5 minutes every run from longer portal charge times, but you can spend that time comfortably stacking all the items you need, making all the parts that can be sped up quite a bit faster than on Rainstorm. This run had amazing portal luck for 4 of the 5 levels, with the 5th being pretty crappy, but not crappy enough to kill it. For reference, this run would be the equivalent of an 11:44 Rainstorm time, while my record there is 11:54. So it's a pretty decent run. All that's left is beating my times in co-op runs with Shadow Draft.
And Walt Disney.
I enjoyed that you get to the point as an American friend that when you see a comma in a number like that, you immediately read the comma. Is it 2,5? Well, I don't know what that means, but let's move on. Let's see
2, maybe 5 minutes.
2,5.
Everything I know of Risk of Rain is from watching Murphigator's highlights, which makes it a much more entertaining game.
We had some winners last
in
night.
that game,
That's actually all the game is a series of highlights.
he just he'll be running left and then fall through the floor out of bounds forever.
Yep.
He had one highlight where he started the game and couldn't move.
Coincidentally.
All right.
Speaking of mice.
Like another animal-themed game. I want to give it to Fiesel again, but we shan't. We'll give this one to Cab. For now.
All right, so this is Rocky Rodent on the SNES, any percent in 4939 by Author Blues. Says, thanks for Dugong for letting me know that US version could skip cutscenes, which saves a bit of time over the otherwise identical Japanese version. Optimized the hell out of a lot of stages, but not all of them in this. I'm guessing that means, but not all of them in this run were perfect. Interesting game, but I don't see the point in attempting to improve it much further, considering there isn't much interesting tech beyond Stage 2, and the game can be pretty cheap at times with its Bubsy style go fast, but everything will kill you design.
That's a good design.
Is this the one with the funny hats thing? Or
The
is that
funny hairstyles.
Yes.
Turning
Funny
over now, and
hairstyles,
it
that
definitely
was it,
is.
Yeah,
wow.
this looks like a
Now he's wearing a
rhinoceros
bell on his
monkey,
head.
but the game is called Rocky Rodent.
Look,
Yeah.
shut up.
I thought
a rodent,
Rocky
okay?
is just a name in America, and Rodent is like a common surname in America, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, well,
A common surname, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's
My
last
last
name is
name.
Rodent over here.
Rodent, yeah. It's forever like Joey Rodent this, Michelle
Right.
Rodent that,
Just went over to
Trixie
Joe and
Rodent
Ethel
this,
Rodent's house for Thanksgiving. Right.
Tammy
Don't talk about
Rodent,
Trixie
all
anymore.
these crazy American names.
These springy hair. That hair's got a lot of
How
spring
does
to
the
it.
hair being springy help him jump higher though? Oh, okay, he flips upside down.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sorry.
How else
forget
would
I
it help?
asked. Full.
No, you just get on one of those spring things and bounce your head off the ceiling. Really fast
Don't try
downward
this
movement.
at home.
flippers.
Oh man. Okay, a game.
Seems legit.
The next game.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's good.
This was a game you might be familiar with, but not anymore.
Yeah.
yeah,
PJ, you interested in taking this one? I know you quite enjoy
Yeah.
this game.
yeah, sure. This is Secret of Mana any percent glitched in 8 minutes 49.58 seconds.
Oh man, that's a few hours quicker than it used to be.
Yeah, barely an improvement by Binary Nova. A new glitch was found accidentally in a casual playthrough by BJW.
Oh, I
which-
heard about this.
Yeah, he tried to open up a chest and got a salesperson instead.
Yes. It was Neko from Neko's house.
Yeah, so good. So the Tesser HHS dug a little bit deeper and found a way to trigger basically any event that you want. So Yagamoth laid the groundwork for Route, and Binary Nova found a pretty reliable setup to make this frame-perfect trick more reliable. The route goes straight to the nearest glitchable dialog box, and triggers the end screen display. Thanks and great job to all involved. Yeah, so like if you trigger one of these glitchable dialog boxes on the frame that another message disappears, like the "you were barreled" display, then it goes into this whatever mess this is. And you can like navigate through the memory by pressing left and B at certain points, and they found out how to get to the end from there.
The good thing is it also skips all that lengthy end cutscene too, and you just get right to the meat of the end, which is the nice end screen.
Yeah,
That's right. You
And-
want to see the end.
Really, the
But this
canon
is-
travel guy was the secret the whole time.
So this is the second time as well. A recent SNE, Nintendo console RPG has been broken accidentally in someone's blind run, right? As happened
what
with
was the last
Ease.
Is that what? Yeah.
Oh,
Ease
that's-
is what
is
I
that
was
Super
referring
Nintendo?
to.
Oh,
I think it was.
I missed
or was
that
that actually Master System? Maybe Master System. Now
I
I
think
think about
that's
it.
Master System.
Yeah.
I think it
But
happened
anyway,
in
so-
like Dragon Quest 2, Super Famicom or something too.
Yeah. Someone accidentally breaking games. It's just what happens eventually, isn't it, PJ? All right.
So it was-
Virtual Boy. Oh, did someone claim this or
What? No?
No,
no? Okay. Virtual Boy, would you like to take
Yeah.
this one?
I would. Space
Yes.
Station Silicon Valley N64. Any percent in 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 21 seconds by McKill.
It's McIll.
McIll.
It's
McIll.
MC Ill McIll.
McKill.
He's a sick MC.
Nice.
Mm.
Last week you said you wanted to see more of this game, so I decided to PB again.
I just decided to. Hold on.
You guys insist.
Some of us
FYI.
have to try, all right?
FYI, in SSSB, you play as a microchip that has lost its robot body and must survive by inhabiting the corpses of dead robot animals.
There we go.
So we're in the Super Scribblenauts task.
Each animal has unique abilities that you must use to get around obstacles. The highlight clip shows nothing special speedrun-wise, nice, but shows some animal variety, including the cannon camel, armored desert fox, boxing kangaroo, and vulture.
I'm disappointed there's no shelled, beautiful, floating dead lion, but that's fine.
Yeah. So Google Docs tried to make boxes again and completely
well,
messed.
good.
Yeah, it's having trouble with boxes. It's not letting me move things, but it's not letting me see things. Hey, look, there's a kangaroo in this game too.
Wow, it's a theme.
It's exciting.
Hopefully you don't have to pull anything out of its pants. Looks like it'll
Yeah.
kick your ass with those boxing
Speak
gloves.
for yourself, Gilda.
Well,
Oh, all
it
right.
skipped him, so.
The kangaroo can eat fruit out of his pants?
Maybe.
Sure.
Wait, I thought it was a robot.
I don't know.
They are robot
Well,
corpses.
they're dead robot.
Robots can eat fruit.
This vulture. That is Beaky Buzzard from Looney Tunes. I'm not even kidding. Oh no don't want to no. Look at him.
Beefy
Oh,
Buzzard? That was a character I did not come across in my Looney Tunes watching career.
Yep, I can vouch for him.
Cool.
Mama
Yeah,
told
it
me,
definitely is.
bring him something for dinner. Was a rabbit. Well, good stuff.
Yeah, Space
All
Station
right.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
there you go.
we
That
have,
looks like a fun game.
We have another one. We have Spot the video game. And we have. Haha. But it's Spot the video game and 113. But
I see
Jugong
it.
says, I got a rad new strat. Now this is not about Spot the dog, as I wanted it to be about, which was a kid's book in Europe, but it's about the 7-Up logo guy.
Spot the dog is a Where's Waldo clone.
Right. I saw
No,
it, it's over there.
No, it was the dog's name was Spot, and it had a
Yeah,
spot on
but
it.
you have to
didn't
see
have-
Spot run. You have to point out it's Spot running.
I think pointing out Spot in the Spot books when Spot is most of every page of every book was not a difficult game.
I mean, they
Is that
made
why
a
I
game
didn't
about that.
catch on? Is that why I didn't catch on in the States? Because everyone was like, I don't get it. I can find him really easily.
I'm gonna go play
These
Walt
English guys
Disney's-
are idiots.
I'm gonna go play Spot Walt Disney instead.
Okay. Hey, this is a Disney game, so that's a nice
Is it?
segue.
Oh,
Technically-
fantastic.
Technically now.
Technically
Retroactive.
speaking.
But anyway, no, it's not because it wasn't when it was made. But this is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on N64.
Oh, I love this game.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
By all
Sure.
means, read this off.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
I think I love this game. I haven't played it in like 10 years. But I
You
mean,
said it. It's true now.
okay.
Yep.
Probably
Sorry, gotta
don't.
marry
Is
it.
this one of the
Recently
like many pod racing games they
Yeah.
made?
Yes.
Right.
Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on N64, Any Percent in 4343 by Andy Panther. Good name. Recently decided to run this game because until now there were only individual track records. The Any Percent just beats the Galactic Circuit to get to the credits, so there are only 7 tracks in the run. Oh no, I accidentally scrolled down. Alright. Okay, I use eBay Endocott as a character because he's the best of the starters and unlocking
eBay
a better...
Nintendo Kart? You said?
After 2 checks, I visit the junkyard and pray to the RNG gods that I get a good upgrade for top speed at a low enough price. This one had perfect RNG and a very solid gameplay, so it'll be tough to beat.
Excellent.
Wait, so you have to get RNG to get the price how much stuff costs?
Yes.
Sounds like going to like
Oh,
a
wow.
flea market.
Yeah. Well, it is like a market in the
I
films, I
guess.
guess. But yeah, I've only
Siwato.
played the Game Boy. I think it's Game Boy Color pod racing game.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's actually pretty fast.
Is not that great, but not that bad at the same time. Better than you think it is, but worse than you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Oh.
I remember renting this game.
Yep.
That's all I,
think
have to
still
say
own
about
this
it.
game.
Good. Good to know.
That means you were brave enough to rent an
I could say other things about it, but I don't know if
Was
they're
it,
appropriate.
was it just very cheap? Was it just a very cheap title for you?
It,
So, I
it
don't
was
know,
a
I
title
could
I
get-
did not enjoy playing.
How's that?
All right.
Oh, man.
Let's give this to Cab. I think that sounds fair.
Sure. I play Mario games now and again, so
You've played him. You know who Mario is, right?
he
He's that
jumps.
famous Walt Disney character.
Uh-oh.
Mario.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah,
That's why
highlight
all
Mega Mario 5.
in
That's
my
why all the
highlight
stars
there
and
are
mushrooms have
problems.
eyes on them because Walt Disney was drawing them.
Right.
But anyway,
Unfortunately, we're real quick. We're supposed to have a highlight for this. It apparently did not take.
Oh.
So
No.
yeah, it's just a black screen. Sorry, B-boy.
Oh.
Well, you play the whole thing
Sucks.
anyway.
Well, no, it's a
And,
black screen.
play
apologies
the whole
to
thing-
B-Boy Venom.
No,
Just
that's
play
all
the
right.
whole
We'll
thing anyway, and
get that fixed, and then
We can all just
try again.
imagine.
did you guys all imagine the fridge? Sorry, that's a David Firth reference there.
So
Anyone
this is
possible.
Super Mario Brothers crossover for the PC. I believe it's a Flash game.
Yeah.
In for any percent random characters in 7 minutes and 51 and 41 hundredths seconds by B-Boy Venom. Hi TSSB. Alrighty, this category is hella random. I was lucky to get Mario, the fastest character, 3 times. The second half of the run, I got safe characters like Ryu. Smooth mechanics and properly positioned hitboxes are a lie. Altogether, subbing 8 minutes is pretty big for this Flash-based game, and I will be looking to make further improvements. If anyone is interested in running this game, it is important to note that this SMB crossover version 3.1.21, that's the version of the game.
Mhm.
Shoutouts to Extra Guy, and that Gilder Tech dude too.
Who?
Oh, I know
That
him
guy
as
sounds like a
well.
jerk.
Dude, this is
Yeah.
crazy. They keep shouting out to people in the
Oh,
comments, and I
Hold
know
on.
them.
Fiesel says jump to 430
Yeah,
in the
it's there.
highlight. And it's
It's
there.
I think I bought
Also-
stock in that Gilder Tech company.
That was a mistake.
Like chicken broth.
Plummeted.
stock.
It didn't even get off the ground.
Hold on, we're going to play the highlight.
All right,
I think
the actual highlight.
buying stock
Sweet.
in Gilder Tech is buying Gilder Sneeze like a beer.
Yes.
Or more accurately, a sauce sachet packet from wherever fast food joint you're in.
You know, that also works.
Don't worry, I'll get your ketchup.
Is that Ryu in
Nice.
like Super Mario Brothers 2, or are
Yes.
they just using the
yeah, it
graphics?
is.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Super
graphics,
Mario
okay.
crossover
It is.
is pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
it's really
a
good.
few characters
played in a
from
long time.
popular NES games, and they
Not Walt Disney though. Unfortunately,
No.
he's
Yeah.
not in this game.
I
So,
was more
not- yeah.
surprised by the presence of Super Mario All Stars palettes
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the clouds and the backgrounds and everything.
Yeah,
That's
they
like-
mixed
the whole town and everything. It's nice.
Yeah, they mixed up a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool.
right.
Yeah.
It's like the successor is the Disney version.
Exactly.
Walt Disney's the final boss.
Walt Disney crossover. You might play as Mickey, you might play as Disney. The best character.
Disney.
Like you
I
play as
just
the
want to know how he would play as a character. in a
The trick
game.
is you want Donald Duck Skip in that case.
Yeah.
you play as the castle.
I think Disney would just wander around like slowly with his hands behind his back, like disappointingly sighing at everything he comes.
What happened?
All right, Galaxy. Let's give this to Gildersneeze because
Let's.
G is Galaxy and Gildersneeze is in G.
Is in G?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was in a
Low
key.
G.
Fantastic. Yes,
Low G.
I'm in low G.
Low G.
2 steps below middle C. Alright, Super Mario Galaxy. On the Wii U, 120 star, or Wii US, sorry, 120 star, 62623 by Nocturne. It says Galaxy 120 star is a fairly long category, but thankfully has extremely little luck. This run requires significant practice to excel at due to the immense time losses that some easy mistakes will cost you, and the need to be conscious of where star bits are to feed hungry Lumas in the Comet Observatory. 6,000 bits are required throughout the run, far more than one will just stumble across. This run in particular is certainly improvable due to some of the previously implied time losses. However, it still toppled the previous world record by several minutes. So, congrats to Nocturne.
I have a question about this one.
Hmm?
I know Chrism, who runs a bunch of the Galaxy games, he was telling me about one of the games. There's a few things I picked up from him. I believe it's this one. There's technically a 242 star category, but
That's
you play the
Galaxy
whole
2.
game again. No, but isn't there this as well? But you would just have to play the game twice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Once is Mario, once is Luigi, so there's no
Yeah.
difference. They don't do that. I
Right.
also heard, I think it's for Galaxy 1, that the previous world record holder would use the Wiimote with his feet.
Oh
While he
yeah.
played
for
with a
the
pad?
two-player. Yeah.
Is that, yeah, is
'Cause,
that
like,
true?
If you have a second player, you can use them like with the pointer to pick up star bits.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So-
Bangera was telling me that he played the game while his girlfriend pointed and picked up the star bits for him, and apparently she had a great time.
Co-op.
Yeah, but I heard that the one of
Yeah.
the record times, I can't remember if it was in 1 or 2. I believe it was this category in Galaxy 1, but the guy would use his feet to point at the screen. So I don't know if this is this dude.
That's kind of impressive, to be
What?
dead honest.
Yeah, like I would just think that if I did that, I would find myself being thousands of star bits short.
Thousands
Yeah.
of star bits ago.
But I was playing with my feet, so that was cool. But
You know.
all right. Now, hey, we have some more of the 3D Marios then.
That we do.
And more
Sunshine.
120.
120, yeah, more 120. 322.16 for 120 shines in Mario Sunshine by Average Trey. He says, this is the first time that I'm just trying to think of an above average tray now. Like a tray that's better. It's got a cup holder in it or
It's like a
something. I don't
silver
know.
serving platter or something along those lines.
But anyway, this is a tray as in the name. So this is the first time that an American has held this record for this category in over 2 years. Wow. A few months ago, I could barely even see how sub 330 is possible, but over time I managed to gradually cut down my times. My largest time loss was through some chokes in Noki Bay, but overall I mostly lost time from minor mistakes. This run wouldn't have broken the previous record of 322.29 if it wasn't for the rare early cycle that I made in Pianta Village. Episode 5. Sub 320 is definitely possible. Hope to achieve that someday. So
Congrats,
this is
Trey.
100% equivalent?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
All
believe so.
shines. Yeah.
It's been a
Speaking
while since I've remembered those. But yeah, speaking of 100%.
Another 100%
Gilda.
run.
It is. It's Super Metroid on the SNES. Surprise, surprise. 100%.
Oh, that one.
1 hour, 17 minutes, 15 seconds by, surprise, surprise, Zost.
Huh?
He's back. No comments. I've decided to forego my usual joke of who says
Great.
this time.
Yeah.
Try to maintain an air of professionalism here.
It's all
Well
right.
done.
Okay,
Do my
well,
best.
that's over.
Yeah.
This is a good, like, 10,
speaking of-
15 seconds better
Yeah, I
than the
know.
previous
Yeah.
one. Great.
Speaking of something that was over quicker than expected, like your comment
Oh,
there.
goodness.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a video
Oh.
game speedrun, guys.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't buy it.
Legend of Zelda
I was
Ocarina
way
of Time.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one. Can I take this one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
This is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, N64J. Ganonless in 3724 by Frogbert, who says nothing.
Duh.
So, like, do you know what Ganonless means?
Well, why don't you tell
Yeah,
us?
Okay,
Just-
okay. I just want to
yeah.
make sure.
Cool.
Ganonless is basically any percent except you can't beat Ganon. So what you do is you wrong warp into the credits.
Hmm.
Hey, there's another
Is
game.
that the Ganonless?
That's
Yeah.
what Ganonless means. You beat
Right,
the
that's
game
that
without-
one. Yeah,
It's
okay,
a
okay.
Dodongo's cavern.
yeah.
one,
It
I
was
think.
the first big wrong warp break that they found and settled on for a while.
And I'd just
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
point out that, like,
Yeah.
2/3 of the top 3 players of this category have frog in their name.
Really?
So
What's
we
the
have
other one?
Frogbert
It's
and Speed
Destiny.
Frog. And we can
Speed
pretend
Frog.
Speed Frog, and we can pretend that F and ZFG stands for frog.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
Do you
And
do
Frogsmo has the any % record.
Good old frogs.
frogs? Do any of
Frogs.
them play also the premier platforming 3D platforming title on PS1, Frogger He's Back?
Oh, the
sure
ultimate
they do.
video game.
The ultimate video game.
King of Frogs.
We haven't had Frogger He's Back on in too long. If you're
I
out
know.
there listening,
I think I'm gonna
actually-
have to run it so I can beat the record and have it on the show. It's
Mhm.
the only solution.
Alright.
Hey,
We
look, I
have,
remember the page.
Valkyria Chronicles PS3 any percent in 230 by Nitrodon. Oh, I have not seen that name in a long time. Wow, I might not be paying attention, but I haven't seen Nitrodon in ages, so that's cool. Good job. That's no comment there, but it's a really popular PS3 game. Well, popular is very highly rated, I guess would be a better way of putting it. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh
Oh
boy.
yeah.
Oh, I need to
boy.
download and watch every episode of this. God damn. This happened last
Muttley!
time. Who chefs into the wrong gear? So, quick survey before we do wacky races. Everyone's favorite wacky racer car. Gilda, you first.
Oh, that's tough. Probably the Chugaboom.
The Chugaboom.
Yeah, the
okay.
Anthill Mob.
Yeah.
Just because I like
TJ?
gangster voices, they're silly.
I don't remember the names.
Oh, well, which one though? What did they look like?
I'm with TJ. I don't remember anything.
What?
from
I
the
Oh
Wacky
my
Races.
God.
Evil clown driving an ice cream truck.
I remember watching the show, but I don't remember the car.
You really
Exactly.
are.
I
My favorite
remember
was-
Muttley and the laugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's about it.
My favorite is the cavemen, the two caveman brothers. The Stone Brothers, I thought, or something like that. They're good. But no? Okay.
No.
We'll go then. Fiesel's favorite are the two bears, or the bear family on the thing with the... It wasn't two bears, right? It was the bear and the
hillbilly.
the redneck,
Killing
the hillbilly,
Mhm.
driving with his feet the whole time.
Author Blue says the gruesome twosome for life.
PJ's favorite is the spooky car thing.
Oh,
Virtual
dude.
Boy's favorite is I've forgotten his name, but the drag racer guy, Dan Dangerous or something like that. What's his
Tom
name?
Terrific, I think.
Tom Terrific.
No, maybe I'm thinking
Tom
something else.
Terrific.
It's not
How
Tom
would
I
you
can't
Terrific.
remember his damn
How
name.
would you not like the two cavemen driving the rock?
Dude, that's
Found each other
fucking
over the
right.
head. To...
Those are mine. Those are my favorite.
I'll take
The
the
Slag
guy,
Brothers,
I
says
guess.
Beanie Mac. There he is.
Okay, there you go. The Slag Brothers. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Now I've got the fucking music stuck in my head.
It's so fucking good. Oh, I totally forgot about the the magical flying machine, dude.
Yeah.
Thinking his magical fly.
I
his
can't remember.
magical-
I remember Penelope Pitstop was one of the characters. I cannot remember the name of her car though. Compact something or another.
the
Oh
compact
man,
something.
it has been too long.
Yeah, it's
might
been a
just-
long time since I watched
Okay.
Wacky Races.
I need to watch all these.
Peter Perfect. That's it. It's
Peter Perfect. I knew it was like something along
good.
those lines.
So the night
Anyway.
before AGDQ, are we going to have a Wacky Races marathon?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yes.
Might have
Put it up on the projector in the main room.
Oh my god, man.
Was
Needs
it the
to happen.
Compact
All right.
Pussycat? I can't
This
remember.
is Wacky Races anyway. Thank you, Vanderhook X, for your
Yeah,
brilliant.
for your lovely derailing
Thank you.
of
This
our
is
show.
the Japanese NES in 1926 by Vanderhook X. It's a very good run. Some improvements since my last submission, such as damage boosting to hit the boss when out of range, using the bark power up. Also, some different routing for lag reduction and improved moment. Best of NES hype.
There you go. Good job, Vanderhook.
Peter Perfect, man. This show. Oh my
I feel
gosh.
like way too young because I've like literally never heard of this until now.
You've never heard of Wacky Races.
No, like never. Which is
Oh,
weird.
man.
It was one of the
Because
best. Like,
I like 90s cartoons and stuff, so it's kind of weird that I've
it,
never
was-
heard of
it might
this.
even be much older than 90s.
It is.
Actually.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it's like
Oh.
a
Wouldn't be surprised if it was like
older than most of us.
70s or something.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's fantastic though. It must
One
be
step
watched.
beyond Speed Racer.
While you're watching these, you should watch the Amazing Race, was it, or something? There was that one with like Yogi Bear and everything, and they traveled around the world trying to find something. It wasn't called the Amazing Race. Treasure Hunt? Yogi Bear's Treasure Hunt or something? I can't remember.
I
Anyway,
think so. I don't remember.
Wayne's World, to wrap it all off.
Party time.
Party time.
Excellent.
Excellent. Wayne's World on Game Boy, NE% 925 by Dugong, who says, this game has a great glitch where sometimes when you start a level, it's entirely black and doesn't go back to normal until you fall into a pit and die.
Just missed.
Nice.
Awesome.
Sounds like a game Fiesel.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you
Get
know,
on it,
it's good
please.
because there's less sprites on the screen that way, right?
Yeah, it lags. It lags less.
Well,
I
you know
wonder if
what?
in, like a test, that'd be faster.
It's time to grab Records Man's power up and use it to beat Outro Man.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Boom.
It's weak against vinyl.
Sweet. Get equipped
Alright.
with vinyl laser. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but you know what?
So let's go with this then. For the outro, we'd like to
Uh-oh.
thank our guests, our special guests, Mr. Cab and Virtual Boy.
Mhm.
Do you guys have any last words?
Yeah, we're
Make
going
'em
to destroy
count.
you after this show.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude,
Hope you
fuck
weren't one
yeah.
to improve that record.
That one.
Shout out to my regulars, Proto, KB Rocks, and Tyler. Shout out to the SMW Racers. See you guys at AGDQ.
Nice.
Right on.
Right.
Nice.
Virtual Boy.
And thank you for having us.
Oh, well, thank
My
you for
pleasure.
offering. You know,
I don't know.
you don't know. You don't have
Okay.
to. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. That's
It's,
Shout-outs not
the pressure
required.
as
You could curse
we
the
have
worst
Americans
enemies
here.
if you don't have a shout out.
Shoutouts to the GIF of the dog. That's it.
He's gonna catch Mega Man one day, I
I'd like
promise.
to give a shout out to Walt Disney and E.B. Endicott
Yeah.
for his incredible
EP
portrait
Nintendo God.
image.
I should actually also throw out there shout outs to Darby and the newest member of the Mario 1 Sub 5 Club for any percent.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
wow.
nice.
He took over 1,000 tries, but he finally got it on
Hey.
Friday evening.
I would say though, only 1,000. Like,
only 1,000.
What did he
Darbian's
get?
a machine.
yeah.
Like, what did he get exactly?
I think it was a 459.1.
Oh, nice.
That's still pretty
Low
impressive, man.
459.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So good
Oh.
job. Fun.
Shoutouts to Almo for his 1,000-yard door run 516 something, which is like a 20-minute improvement because of the new
Yeah.
glitch.
Nice.
Just knowing
The
that out
Ultra
there.
Hammer. Ultra Hammer early is too strong.
EV Nintendo Kart is my favorite Walt Disney Star Wars character. Oh god, that might have to be our raid message.
Yeah, speaking of which, we need one of those things.
Yeah, so we're gonna raid message. You're gonna raid somebody. I wouldn't mind if that was the raid message.
It's definitely
we're
the
gonna
right message now.
we're gonna run some ads at the end of the show. If
Well,
you'd
we
like
could
to
do
stick
that.
around and have some ads running, go get yourself a well-earned drink or something like that while ads run, and you'll be funding future us being able to spend money on stuff for the show purchases. And we have to buy the ability to spend money on the show first. So
Yeah, we need that
that's good.
upgrade.
Yeah.
We've got to
Then-
go defeat Purchase Man.
We can, I guess, remind everybody if you didn't, already, know, but the schedule for AGDQ's out.
Yes, it is.
I think it's still being tweaked, as is, normal.
link
You
it.
can also, you can also
Card
book your
subject to
hotels right now. All that pre-book stuff and all that cool stuff. So AGDQ is becoming more and more real with every passing day,
Yep.
more and more imminent. Then next week, episode-wise, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King with Author Blues and Skybills is going to be happening.
Get hype.
And then the weekend after, we're looking at trying to do Dark Souls with Nubist and somebody else.
Sounds good.
We have more in the pipeline further down, but the Apes episode took a hit. Apparently, none of the Ape 2 runners want to do the show.
Well, I never.
So we need a bunch of people to go and beat all their times. So they'll
Get out there.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. We did the thing. Is there anything else we need to mention?
I don't believe so.
I don't know. We did the thing.
Yeah,
did do
there
the
was all the
thing.
things.
I think all the things are done.
I think
Alright, great.
they were
Let
done.
me-
We need the raid target. That's what we need.
We
Raid
need a
message.
raid target.
We need.
There's a
raid
thing,
target.
isn't there? Isn't that a thing that's happening right now?
That is a thing.
No, there's this, which is
Yeah.
a
Oh.
different
Yeah.
thing that is
Yeah.
unrelated, and
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what it is.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
the
fine with
Mega
it.
Marathon is a thing to bring like runners to AGDQ, so maybe
Yeah.
we should do
It
that.
would be
It's
appropriate
not
as well,
Mega
given the
Man
theme
thing.
of
I thought it
our
was the Mega Man
current
thing.
episode.
Wait, that's to
We
bring
can roll.
runners to
See.
AGDQ?
It is.
Yeah.
It's advertising bringing. Let me pull up their
Captain
page here.
Drake, Raindrop Dry, and somebody else. I'm sorry, I
And
forgot.
Tomtron.
You
And
had
I know
me at
Captain
Captain
Drake,
Drake,
has the record for Shovel Knight, which I believe he's
Yeah.
running.
Yes.
And Raindrop Dry will be running Marisa Land. I don't know.
I
That
am
is-
not
Super
opposed to
Marissa
that.
Land.
Currently running now is Link's Awakening, so let's roll with that one. Mega Marathon.
Okay.
Let's copy that into chat.
Do it.
Should I go ahead and drop that in?
Put it in there.
Yeah, let's spam that a few times. And the raid message is eBay Nintendo card is my favorite Walt Disney Star Wars character. Which might be the most confusing raid message.
Good old eBay Nintendo cart.
Check that one out. Go help out our good friends and other runners who are trying to get to AGDQ. And
Yep.
apparently go watch the Hunger Games Mockingjay thing is out, thanks to the Twitch advert I just got. So
Oh,
free
trailer?
advertising Twitch. Yeah.
Undead Disney's Mockingbird. Mockingjay.
Undead Disney. All right. So
You
go
can
check
also
that
watch
out.
Disney's The Avengers too trailer.
It's coming
I think
soon.
that came out.
With Walt Disney in the lead role. Of
Walt Disney playing himself as Mickey Mouse as Walt Disney.
But all right, we're gonna run some ads after the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for Return of the King, Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. That's right. Lord of the Rings. Lord
Jesus
of the Rings.
Christ.
Canada's
Return of
back.
the King.
Blue type.
Good night, everybody. It's been a hell of a show.
Good night.
Good night or whatever.